Just ask you one question. Can you play like champions?
It's time for high school football on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH. Now, with our West Delaware football pregame show, here is Jamie Vaskey.
And a very good evening. Jamie Vaskey along with you, and this is the West Delaware football pregame show, week number 3 and week number 1 of district play as the West Delaware Hawks set to take on the Knights from Davenport Assumption. As the Hawks coming in here 1-1 on this young season, as falling last week against number 5 ranked in Class 2A Mount Vernon, as Mount Vernon since then has moved up to number 4, 24-21. The Hawks led 24-10 at halftime, but the Mustangs battled back in that second half and came away with a 3-point victory last week down in Mount Vernon. So a fresh start here for the Hawks as we start district play here tonight and open up with Davenport Assumption, as the Hawks winning the game down in Davenport last year. Very good win for the Hawks, 39-22 in that game last year. So we'll see what happens this year as the Hawks and Knights are on the field warming up, ready to go in week number 3 and week number 1 of Class 3A District 4 play. We'll take a break and come back. John Swisher has the head coach of the West Delaware Hawks, Doug Winkowich, and that's coming your way next right here on the West Delaware Football Pregame Show from KMCH Sports.
For more information on Edgewood Feed Mill Construction, contact Steve Harris at 563-920-7835.
And welcome back into the West Delaware Football Pregame Show right here on Mix 94.7 and KMCH.com. John Swisher back with you, the head coach of the West Delaware Hawks, Doug Winkowich, joining me here on the program as he does each and every week. Week number 3 of the high school football season as district play begins tonight for most teams around the state, and in particular the West Delaware Hawks as they welcome in the Knights of Davenport Assumption to Brown Field. As Coach, we take a look back last week in that 24-21 loss down at Ash Park on the campus of Cornell College to the Mount Vernon Mustangs, and a good start in that ball game, leading 21-10. Talk about the second half and how much was it Mount Vernon, what they were doing, or how much was it just couldn't get things going again offensively in that second half?
Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. You go into halftime and you're up, what was it, 21-10. And we really feel good about things. And it seemed like in the second half there we got a little complacent on both sides of the ball. I think we needed to convert a couple first downs, and we didn't do it. We needed to stop or two, and we didn't do it. So, really it was the difference there was right there in the third quarter when they got the ball first. They turn it over on their own 40, and we don't capitalize. And against a good football team, you just got to take advantage of every opportunity. And sometimes I think those big plays early that we had can kind of come back to haunt you because kids kind of get a little complacent and think it's just going to come easy. And we really focused this week on that. We got to sustain drives. We can't rely on the big play. And I think we got better this week because of it.
Against yourselves, how big were the turnovers and penalties?
I think the penalties were huge. We had 10 penalties, and it just seemed like about the time that we needed that first down, all of a sudden we're 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15 coming off of penalties. So, those are things you just got to clean up. You got to be more disciplined. Some of it was just simple things like lining up off sides and doing some things that you hope by week 2 you've worked out. So we got to make sure we clean that up.
As you said, on the video and having the kids taking a look and tweaking things here and there, and then back on the practice field this week and getting back after it and preparing for Davenport Assumption.
Yeah, it's going to be a great team. I mean, this is a huge test for us. It's a huge district game. I think we've had a tremendous week of practice. I think we got better this week. And I think some of it is playing a little chip on your shoulder and playing a little sense of urgency and having that mentality back that, we're going to be tough defensively. We're going to swarm the ball. We're going to have the mentality that we need to run the football better, and we're going to get it done. So, that was kind of our focus all week. And I think the kids really responded well, and hopefully it shows.
Davenport Assumption, a team you beat down there last year in the first ever meeting between the two schools, and a team that's 1-1 coming in 17-10 in week 1 at North Scott, a victory, and then got beat up by Bettendorf last Thursday night, 45-7. What do you see that sticks out here in the nights to you that really been the focus in preparing this week?
I think we talked about this last week about having a quality opponent in non-district games. Well, they had two. They had two good 4A schools. I think they know what their strengths or weaknesses are at this point. They're kind of starting to surface a little bit when you watch game film. They run the ball very effectively. They got a tremendous quarterback. Actually was a starting running back for him early in the year. Last year they moved to quarterback, and he loves to run the ball. And they're going to play action you and just try to run it down your throat. So. We've got to be very aggressive defensively. We've got to swarm because they're going to bring a lot of guys at us. And defensively, they kind of do what they always do. I mean, they don't do anything real special or real crazy. They're just really solid. They got a tremendous tradition. They're well coached, and we're gonna have to play our best football.
Playing as a unit, and some of the kids playing varsity football for the first time on the road. Definitely learning experience last Friday night, so that always continues to get bigger here as each week it goes. And now back at home in district action, and the mindset has to be focused. And as you talk about, no let up, come out every play ready.
Yeah, I think really it's that grit and that fight every single snap. I think it felt like maybe last week we didn't have some guys doing that every snap, and we have to do that, especially against these good opponents, and it's a good habit to get into. That's what you want to do. That's where you want to be as we make improvements every week. Those are the things you look at, and we made a few changes up front and just said, hey, we got to play better and put some pressure on some guys to get better this week, and I think they really responded well, and I think that also creates some more depth for you because we got some guys that want to be on the field.
As we always talk about each year, former Hawk players are now playing at the college level, and several of them again this year. And you always, I know, you keep in contact and you keep in touch with them and keep an eye on what they're doing after high school football at West Delaware. And one of those will be the first Division I player. Hopefully things work out for him with his health issues. John Nagel at Iowa State, as a big Iowa State-Iowa matchup will come up on Saturday. But give us a little info about John. Unfortunately, undergoing some back surgery, will have to redshirt this year for the Cyclones.
Yeah, we knew, last spring, early summer, just kind of started to really kind of, have some back issues, and just kind of progressively got worse throughout the summer. And by the time he got to camp, really, just kind of really had some mobility issues. So he's just going to do some real light training here. He's going to have surgery hopefully this month. He's got a couple discs that he needs to get repaired, and hopefully he can get himself back on that field here this spring.
Best of luck to John Nagel as he's with the Iowa State Cyclones. Honorary captain this week, week number 3, the second honorary captain. The first one in week 1 was Bob Murphy, and another one that's been around a long time in the West Delaware family of athletics and really has helped out a lot, no matter what the sport, Al Cole, who's been a fixture in that press box for many years.
You're not going to get a bigger fan than Al Cole. He's tremendously supportive. He's in the front row at the wrestling meets. He's in the press box every Friday night for us. Just a tremendous, asset. Anytime we ask for help, we know that Al's here to do it. And he's been in that press box a long, long time, and we really want to honor him for. Really not for just his work, but just being such a tremendous fan for the Hawks.
Absolutely. A great guy, Al Cole, always around Hawk athletics. Wink, best of luck to you tonight. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Swish.
You betcha. Doug Winkowicz, the head coach of the West Delaware Hawks. More of the pregame show coming up here, right here from KMCH Sports.
This is Fred Smock from Dunlap Motors in Independence with Chevy, Buick, and certified pre-owned Chevy, Buick, and GMC, and nearly 300 new and used cars and trucks in stock. We have big town inventory with small town service. Go to DunlapMotorsIndy.com.
At Precision Collision, we are committed to providing you with high-quality auto body repair and paint refinishing. Our expertly trained technicians can repair all accidental damage and get you back on the road in no time. Come visit me, Jeff, for a free estimate. We are located along Highway 20 at the Delaware Turnoff. Precision Collision, one call does it all, quality guaranteed.
And welcome back into the West Delaware Football Pregame Show. Week number 3 upon us, and Jamie Vaskey back with you now. And joining me is KMCH Sports Director John Swisher as we talk about the world of West Delaware athletics, and then we'll take a look at the Iowa Hawkeyes and what they've got coming up tomorrow as well. Swish, a very busy week as far as volleyball and cross country goes. The West Delaware girls and boys cross country teams at Waverly this week, and a pretty good showing by those teams.
Yes, indeed. The Dick Pollitt Waverly Shellrock Invitational up at Waverly on Tuesday. The West Delaware boys did well, placing in the top 5 of 22 teams in 3 of the 4 grade groups, as they did it different up there on Tuesday evening. They ran them each by classes, so freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors. The Hawks seniors finished in 5th place. Ben Litterer was the top runner for the Hawks, placing 16th. The time of 18:23, teammate Noah Crumpton was not far behind, placing 20th at the time of 18:45. As other seniors running were Brady Carroll, he finished 28th. Keegan Colbert, 31st. Tristan Volker, 56th. The junior class had just 2 runners. Running hard for the Hawks were Cole Turnus, who finished 58th with a 21:33, and Daniel Woods, 90th with a 23:37. Sophomore class placed 3rd overall with a strong performance from Nathan Goranson. He finished 10th. Isaiah Rich was 12th. Jacob Butler, 18th. Zach Fisher was 40th. Evan Woods, 42nd. And Luke Farmer finished 45th. The freshman class continued to grow and do well, as placing 5th as a group. Blake Smith finished in 4th out of 104 runners with a time of 18:55. Also running very well for the Hawks were Jacob Wenger with a 20:21. He was 21st. Tiger Vaskey was 24th. Nicholas Stocks, 30th. Andrew Salas, 40th. And Carson Schneiders, 46th. Carter Klein, 58th. Matthew Minson was 63rd. Dylan Boone was 79th. And Lakin Blommers finished 88th. The Hawk girls also, as Jamie said, did pretty well. The juniors 11th place. The seniors were 11th place as well, as freshmen finished 9th, and the sophomores for the Hawks finished in 13th, as some of the older runners, Abby Lockey, a 13th place showing, 22:33. Aaliyah Vaskey, 26:37, good for 45th place. Abby McGrain, 27 minutes, 47th place. Madeline Burke, a 48th place showing, 27:03. Emily LaRosa had a 27:52, good for 51st place. Maddie Gray, Annika Suter, Olivia Zimke was 38th with a 26:05. Amber Cook and Haley Hilby with a 47th place showing at 27:27. Freshman times, Bridget McMahon with a 23:59, as she was 19th. Katie McGrain, Grace Johnson, Sheila McMahon, Kaylee Pentland all finished in the top 50. As for the sophomores, Gracie Weeks led the way with a 23rd place, a 23:52. Hannah Axline, Gabby Schumann, Kalia Carter, and Hannah Dietrich were all below the 62nd place standard there. That's cross country on Tuesday night up in Waverly. The next meet will be at Starmont this coming Tuesday, September 12th.
Absolutely. And turning over to volleyball now, the Hawks volleyball team, a tough tournament again last weekend down at Vinton Shellsburg. I believe the Hawks went 2-4 in that tournament last Saturday down at Vinton Shellsburg. Always tough teams in the tournaments that the Hawks go to, but I tell you what, they bounced back nicely Tuesday night down at Maquoketa, taking 3 games from the Cardinals.
Yes, indeed. Wamack East Division second match of the season, and they even up the record of 1-1, going 3-0, taking care of the Cardinals 25-8, 25-15, and 25-8. And now they get ready for the, as you said, the always challenging tournament series coming up on Saturday, Appleton Parkersburg. That's no different, as they have Appleton Parkersburg, Nashville Plainfield, Wapsie Valley, Denver, Grundy Center, and Tripola all quality teams, as will be a round-robin type, as they will start around 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. And their first opponent will be Wapsie Valley, and then they will take on Appleton Parkersburg, and they'll battle Grundy Center and Chipola as well. So good volleyball there. 1A, but powerhouse teams there in Class 1A, and it'll be interesting how the growing process continues, and that's what they need, good competition to get better against, and fine-tuning some things, and that's the name of the game right now, getting better and in practice, and then letting that show on the court in a match situation.
Absolutely. Well, also coming up tomorrow, the Iowa Hawkeyes, the 1-0 Iowa Hawkeyes, getting set to take on the 1-0 Iowa State Cyclones. Another tough test for this Hawkeye team, Swish, as Iowa State, this Cy-Hawk series that has become what it is. I tell you what, it should be. It's looking to be a good game tomorrow. At last check, I think the Hawks were favored anywhere from 1 to 2.5 points, and I tell you what, that was a pretty impressive showing the Cyclones put on against UNI last week. That's always been a tough test for them. They got through it, so it'll be interesting to see what the Hawks come out with tomorrow against the Cyclones.
Yes, it will. We weren't too sure what was going to happen last Saturday, but the Hawks offense scored more than enough points, and the defense only allowed 3 points to Wyoming, as the Iowa defense, one of 12 teams that did not allow a touchdown in Week 1 in NCAA Division I. The Hawks not allow Wyoming to reach the red zone at all in Week 1. So that was a great showing by the defense. Of course, some things to clean up. 4 turnovers for the offense. That's too many. And you do that against Iowa State, and you could be in some trouble here. So hopefully things continue to get better in week number 2 as we travel to Jack Trice Stadium.
Well, you mentioned those stats about not allowing Wyoming to get into the red zone even against a pretty good quarterback that they had last, the top quarterbacks out of this year's draft. And I tell you what, that's pretty impressive by that defense. You mentioned the offense too. Everybody kind of got to see what the play calling was going to be like from Brian Ferentz up in the booth. That was one of the questions as well. But I tell you what, they got the win, and that's first and foremost the important thing of any ball game.
Yes, indeed. As talked about the offense and the inexperience of the offense, as the Hawkeyes quarterbacks have just one career start, of course, with Nate Stanley making it last week. Iowa's offensive line has a combined 122 starts now, so they have some experience, and that's what the Hawks are hoping to lead the way on the offensive side of the ball. Congrats to the Decorah native. Senior linebacker Josie Jewell was named the Walter Camp National and Big Ten Conference Defensive Player of the Week, as he was a preseason first-team All-American for his outstanding effort. He led the Hawks in tackles against the Cowboys last Saturday.
Well, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but toot. I won Week 1's picks, as I was the lowest. I had 24-17, which was 41 total points, and of course the game only ended with 27 total points, as next was Bill with 44. You had 51. Aaron went high and went 55. He expected a little more offensive performance from Wyoming, apparently, as he had 31-24. So I'll let you lead it off here, as the over-under, I think, this week was 48 last time I looked. So a prediction from you for tomorrow's game.
Well, I'm going to go under the 48, and, of course, there'll probably be way more than that this week. Of course, I picked high last week, and I'm going to go Hawkeyes. Let's go 26, and Cyclones, let's put them at 12, 26-12.
So you're going exactly 10 under the
yes.
Projected 48.
Probably bite me this week.
38 points the total you projected for this week. So we'll see how Bill, Aaron, and of course myself. I got to pick first between the three of us tonight. So I might you put me kind of in a tough spot there. So I might have to pick just above that, or you either want to be real high or low. You don't want to. In the middle is kind of tough, but thanks for joining us this week. Enjoy Ames tonight and tomorrow, and we'll talk to you next week, buddy.
You bet. Have a good call, and go Hawks against Assumption at Brownfield tonight.
Absolutely. KMCH Sports Director John Swisher, as we continue with more of the pregame show next. You're listening to the West Delaware Football Pregame Show right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Bob Stephen Motors in Manchester proudly supports all area athletes. Bob Stephen Motors is your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. Visit them on the web at bobstephenmotors.com.
Back into Brownfield on this week number 3 evening. A great night for high school football. Jamie Vasky back with you, and you're listening to the West Delaware Football pregame show as we take a look at other area games and, of course, the rankings from around the state this week. As we start with our area games, our area online and playback game of the week is Cascade at North Fayette Valley tonight with Dan McLean and Kevin Shookman. Western Dubuque is at Waterloo West. Independence is at Waverly Shell Rock. Good one up in Waukon tonight as Beckman goes in 1-1. They're going to take on Waukon, who's 2-0, as the Blazers lost last week against Western Dubuque, as they're led by Owen Grover and Carter White. They have 242 rushing yards between those two, so should be a good game up there. Monticello is at Union LaPorte City tonight. Williamsburg is at Anamosa. Maquoketa Valley is hosting Durant. A real good matchup in Class A over down in Troy Mills tonight, as East Buchanan is at North Lynn. As talk about two really good teams, both 2-0 as they start district play tonight, as East Buchanan has outscored their first two opponents 52-12 on the season. North Lynn 52-6 so far. As for the Lakes, Ryan Miller has rushed for 399 yards in 2 games for the Buccaneers, as Braden Nunemaker has 173. Ryan Miller for North Lynn. Nunemaker from East Buchanan has 173 yards with 2 touchdowns to lead their balanced attack for the Buccaneers. So should be a good one down there in Troy Mills. Postville is at Edco tonight, and Starmont unfortunately had to forfeit to Lisbon tonight due to low numbers and a few injuries on their end as well. As rankings so far this year, as West Des Moines Dowling, the number 1 team in Class 4A. The Hawks dropped out of the rankings in Class 3A this week, but did receive some votes for the rankings. Cedar Rapids Xavier still your number 1 team. In Class 2A, Waukon is number 1 ranked, and that's who the Blazers will be taking on tonight. Mount Vernon moved up to number 4 in Class 2A. In Class 1A, West Lions, your number 1 team. Iowa City Regina, after starting 0-2, is number 3. And in Class A, your top team is Council Bluffs St. Albert, followed by Gladbrook, Rhinebeck, Northland, and East Buchanan, still receiving votes in Class A. We're going to take a break for our national anthem. We'll come back with the starting lineups in just a little bit, as you have been listening to the West Delaware Football pregame show right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. It takes the right financial partner who cares as much about your future as you do, building a financial plan to meet your life's priorities and helping you achieve the financial security you're after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact me, Mitch Payton, or Matt Schulte today. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank, with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you.
Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa, located at 225 West Main Street in Manchester and 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton.
This is Phil from Gateway Appliance in Manchester. When you need service, call us. If it's time for a new appliance, we have the selection you're looking for. Gateway Appliance Sales and Service, 111 West Main Street in Manchester. Or find us online at gateway.biz. That's G, the number 8, WAY.biz, and on Facebook.
Anderson is the leader in doors and windows. They set the bar high with high-performing, dependable, energy-efficient products for your renovation and building projects. Contact your local vendor, Delhi Lumber, at 922-2404 for all of your window needs. Delhi Lumber, your authorized Anderson Windows dealer, big-town quality with small-town service.
This is Dr. Tim Collier from Dental Associates of Manchester. We take pride in the environment we provide our patients with a caring attitude and unsurpassed comfort. For the kind, compassionate, and competent dental care you deserve, call us at 927-GRIN. Dental Associates of Manchester, creating healthy smiles for life.
Jay's Auto Supercenter in Manchester has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. That's Jay's Auto. Customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
Jay's Auto!
Hi, this is Jamie Vaskey at Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester, encouraging you to plan ahead. Have us check your heating or air conditioning unit before you need it. For residential or commercial plumbing and heating needs and top quality Lennox furnaces and heating units, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street in Manchester, or give us a call at 927-2232.
Family fun and great food await you at Lightning Lanes Family Center and Captain and Tennille's Sports Bar. Come out for a fun night of bowling or watch the big game on their 10-foot HD big screen. And of course, great food and your favorite beverages. Lightning Lanes Family Center and Captain and Tennille's Sports Bar on East Main in Manchester.
Farmers Savings Bank proudly supports all area athletes and their coaching staff. For all your banking needs, visit them in Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, and Aurora, or online at farmersavingsbank.com. Member FDIC.
Viafield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Viafield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
West Delaware football.
This is West Delaware football on Eastern Iowa's high school sports play-by-play leader. Hawks football from KMCH Sports is brought to you by the KMCH Sports Boosters. Now, with all the action, here's Bill Logan, Aaron Klein, and Jamie Vaskey.
West Delaware football is on the air from beautiful and historic Brown Field in Manchester, Iowa. It's the West Delaware Hawks and the Davenport Assumption Knights. Good evening, everybody. Along with Aaron Klein and Bill Logan, this is Jamie Vaskey. Aaron, Hawks come in tonight looking to bounce back after that tough Week 2 loss at Mount Vernon, but a fresh start tonight, as tonight marks the start of district play.
Yeah, absolutely, Jamie, and that's exactly it. You said it right there. It's a fresh start. They can kind of hit the reset button, learn from the mistakes that happened last week in that second half that allowed Mount Vernon back in the game and ultimately win. Learn from those mistakes and just come out tonight and give good effort. And I think if the Hawks do that, they should be sitting pretty well at the end of the night.
Well, the Hawks come in 1-1 after the 24-21 loss to Mount Vernon on the road in Week 2. The Hawks have been to the playoffs 21 times with the state title in 1991 and have made 9 straight appearances to the playoffs as they have 2 sophomores, 18 juniors, and 17 seniors that make up their 37-man roster. Head coach Doug Winkowicz in his 23rd year here as the head coach with 148-77 record, 14th at West Delaware, where he has compiled a 109-35 record and has led the Hawks to 10 playoff appearances with a runner-up finish in 2005, as he was at Garner Hayfield for 9 years before coming to West Delaware. He's a graduate of Allison High School in Westmar College in Lamars. His assistant coaches are Corey Coates, Luke Imslin, Brad Rubina, Matt Utah, Bill Lester, Brian Klaus, Mark Becker, Bob Morris, and John Warden. For the Assumption Knights, they come in 1-1. They lost to Bettendorf 45-7 last week, and they have been to the playoffs 28 times, and they were second to the Hawks in District 4 last season, as they have 16 sophomores, 7 juniors, and 20 seniors that make up their 43-player roster. For head coach Wade King, he's been the head football coach and athletic director at Assumption since the start of the 2002 season. His career football record is 111-47 with 2 MAC championships, 1 district title, and 13 playoff appearances. as before being a head coach, he was Assumption's head wrestling coach, where his teams won 3 individual state championships and 4 state dual titles in 13 seasons, and he was inducted into the Iowa High School Athletic Association Wrestling Hall of Fame in February of 2015. And his assistant coaches are Corey Blair, Mark Gasson, Tony Grip, Mark Kazmarek, Mike Schlichting, Brian Vutrovic, and Anthony Whittemeyer. And as we mentioned, the last matchup was week 3 down in Davenport last season, where the Hawks defeated the Knights 39-22. As the starting lineups tonight for the Hawks, up front offensively is Reed Hogan, Bryce Tucker, Isaiah Himes, and Ben Ridenour, and Matt Wickman. The backs and receivers, Cabron Cook, Logan Wynn, Mitchell Mangold, Tyler Kelly, Jordan Brees, for junior quarterback Nick Casey. Defensively for the Hawks, Jordan Brees, Matt Wickman, Justin Brown, and Harrison Goebel are up front. Logan Wynn, Ben Ridenour, and Grant Morris are your linebackers. The cornerbacks are Tyler Kelly and Mitchell Mangold. Gavin Soppe and Drew Wibbenham are the safeties. For the Knights offensively, quarterback Jace Levi. He's a good one. As the wide receiver, Brandon Schlichting, Ray Thrapp, and up front for the Knights is Adam Sigworth, Tom Radichil, Peyton O'Neill, Nate Hempel, Donovan Juarez, Logan Clemmy, Ryan Woolers, and Seth Adrian. As we bring in Bill Logan, the third member of our broadcast team. Bill, the Hawks look ready to go, and they need to bounce back after that tough loss last week down at Mount Vernon. But this coaching staff, as we've seen in the past, will have these guys ready, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, both teams are. Both teams coming off a loss. Both teams are of the opinion that they're going to win this district, and tonight's game is going to have a big deciding factor in that. So, first game of the weekend, we're already talking district championship, but it could be decided here tonight, and that's what both teams know that's keenly aware here. So both teams a lot on stake. I think you're going to see one of the more physical games that we're probably going to see all year long.
Good luck, buddy boys. Stay safe down there.
Have a good one. I will.
Bill Logan down on the sideline tonight and every night for us here as deep to receive. The Hawks will receive this opening kickoff. Jordan Brees, Gavin Soppe are deep to receive for the Hawks, as kicking off for Davenport Assumption will be Nate McMullen, the senior. As McMullen, a 5'11", 200-pound senior for Davenport Assumption. As we mentioned for the Hawks, Gavin Soppe, the 6'1", 166-pound junior, and Jordan Brees, the 6', 192-pound junior for West Delaware. And we are set. The ball is on the tee. And there is the whistle, and we are ready for district action as the Hawks and Knights go at it. It's taken by one of the up men, I believe. This is going to be Curley on the return for the Hawks. It is Caleb Curley, one of the up men. He took it at about his own 30-yard line, carried across midfield down to the Assumption. Looks like they're going to place it at about the Assumption 44-yard line, and that's going to be good. Great starting field position for the Hawks.
Yeah, absolutely, Jamie. That was just a nice job. Curley was just taking it. He found a little seam there on this near sideline and then cut it back towards the middle of the field and did a nice job of just dragging a couple of Assumption defenders with him. So great job there and great field position to start the game for the Hawks.
As the Hawks will come set, Jordan Brees in the backfield, pistol formation. They look to throw on the first play of the game, and they've got Logan Wynn down on that far sideline as the Hawks go from our right to our left. Wynn is down at the 40, so a pickup of 4 yards on that play for the Hawks, and it'll be 2nd down and 6. Great start for the Hawks as they come out in their home uniforms, the black tops with the gray numbers, gray trousers on the Hawks, and those gray helmets with the WD on the side as well, as they'll come set 2nd down and 6. Nick Casey, junior quarterback for the Hawks. It looks like Caleb Curley is in the backfield behind him, and he's swallowed up right as he takes this ball, as it's Tom Radishaw with the stop. The Hawks will lose a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Great penetration by that defense by Davenport Assumption.
Yeah, it was a great penetration. The snap was a little bit low, so it took a little while for the play to develop there for Casey. But nonetheless, the Hawks still 3rd and 8 here with 11:22 to go in this first quarter.
And Casey wasn't ready for the snap. It bounces off of him, and it'll be picked up by Davenport Assumption. And coming up with that one is Anthony Valinas, and the Knights will take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. So an unfortunate start here for the Hawks as we're just underway in this first quarter. No score between the Hawks and the Knights with 11:18 left to go in this first quarter. And now Jace Levi will lead the offensive attack for Davenport Assumption as he sends a man in motion. That's going to be Wohler, and they're going to throw it to him, and he overshoots, and thank goodness for that, as Ryan Wohlers was wide open down the sideline. He threw it out of bounds, did Jace Levi, and there's an injured Hawk on the play. It's Harrison Goebel. He's a little slow to get up, but he is up, however, as they're going to bring him off for a play as Josiah Polito heads out there. Again, can't forget those two, Jason Knowles and Josiah Polito, for the great job that they do for the Hawks every week, keeping them on the field as the trainers for the Hawks. At second down and 10 from their own 39-yard line.
And as Bill alluded to early right before the start of the game, I think, Assumption has thrown the ball 36 times in 2 games, so they will throw the ball, but I think they want to keep it on the ground.
Levi comes set. He's going to run it. Now he quick passes to the outside, and it's going to be caught by Clemmy, and he's going to be wrapped up. Drew Wubena drops him at the 41-yard line. Logan Clemmy, the 6'1", 195-pound senior for Davenport Assumption, carries forward for a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Great pursuit by that Hawks secondary.
Well, and if you were tuned in to the pregame show, you heard Coach Wink talk about gang tackling and everybody attacking the ball, and right there the Hawks did that. 2-3 guys right there to make the stop. So that's what it's going to take tonight, a team effort if the Hawks want to come out of here with a victory.
3rd down and 8. 10:40 left to go, first quarter. Still no score between the Hawks and the Knights. Levi will send a man in motion. And now they're going to send another man in motion, and now we're going to have a penalty, delay of game against the Knights. That'll back them up 5 yards, and our first penalty of this ball game will come against the Davenport Assumption offense, as there was some confusion there in the backfield, and it was Wohlers who went in motion. And there you could see he was questioning Levi as to what the play was as they sent 2 men in motion at different times, but it'll be 3rd down and 13 upcoming for Davenport Assumption. And now we're going to send a man in motion. This is Seth Adrian. And in the backfield, shotgun formation with Levi is Ryan Wohlers. Levi rolls to his right. He's going to pass, tries to dump it off. He does to Wohlers, and he looks going to step out of bounds. It's going to be close to the first down marker, and I believe he is going to get it with that spot as it's right at midfield, which will be good for a Davenport Assumption first down, as it looked like the Hawks had Levi dropped for a sack, but he dumped it off to Wohlers, who was about 5 yards upfield. He picked up enough for the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 Knights at the 50-yard line.
How he found Wohlers there, I don't know. And then I think we both thought Wohlers might have stepped out of bounds at about the 45, but nonetheless, Assumption picks up the first down of the game.
1st and 10 Assumption, split backs as they send Clemmy in motion from right to left as they go from our left to right. They give it to Wohlers up the middle, and it's going to be brought down as Jordan Brees grabbed a hold of Wohlers. That's Grant Morris. Grant Morris got a hold of him after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 for the Knights as they've got it at the West Delaware side of the field now. It's at the Hawk 48-yard line. As not seeing what we're used to seeing here is a team huddling up. A lot of times in this schedule that the Hawks play, a lot of no-huddle offense and get the call from the sideline, but the Knights huddling up here as they will come set. They send Clemmy in motion from left to right. They hand off to Wohlers, right side. He's going to try to get the sideline. He does. He steps out of bounds at about the 43-yard line as Mitchell Mangold runs him out of bounds there, short of the first down marker. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Knights.
It was a nice job there by Mangold of kind of tripping him up by the ankles there, because I think if Wohlers doesn't get tripped up there, he can pick up an extra at least 5 or 10 yards. So nice job there by Mitchell of tripping him up and stopping him short of the first down.
No score here, first quarter, between the Hawks and the Knights. 9:36 left to go here in this first quarter. As play clock running down, I think the Knights are going to burn a timeout. They are, as Kent Sesker, our head official referee tonight, signals the timeout for the Knights. We'll take one with them and come right back. You're listening to West Delaware Football from KMCH Sports.
Head to Fireside Pub and Steakhouse before or after the game or anytime, featuring steaks, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, and even fresh-made pizza. They say it's the best around. Visit them on the web at firesidemanchester.com for a full menu and special offers.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team, the Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Just out of the timeout, Hawks and Davenport Assumption Knights still 0-0. First quarter, 9:36 left to go in this first frame. Don't forget, stay tuned to KMCH after tonight's game for this week's area online and playback game of the week, as Cascade is in West Union taking on North Fayette Valley tonight. Kevin Shookman, Dan McClain with the call on that one on KMCH.com right now. Wildcat formation as Wohlers is in the backfield. In the shotgun, he's going to go to his right, and he's going to pick up the first down. Wibena runs him out of bounds as the coaching staff looking for a holding call down there against the Knights, but it will be a first down for Davenport Assumption. The Hawk coaching staff livid right now on that sideline. They saw something the officials obviously did not, but it will be 1st and 10 at the West Delaware 33-yard line for Davenport Assumption. Doing a great job mixing it up, passing, throwing, as Levi heads back to the sideline. So it looks like they'll have that Wildcat formation with the running back, Ryan Wohlers, taking the snap here. Out of the shotgun, he's going to take it and run right side. Now he cuts back to the left, and the Hawks, as Grant Morris put a lick on him, but it ends up being Jordan Brees who finishes him off. There's a penalty marker down, as we'll try to find our head referee here, Mr. Kent Sesker, also a wrestling official. And it's going to be holding against Davenport Assumption, so that'll back them up. Hopefully the Hawks can take advantage of that misfortune for Davenport Assumption, as second penalty on this drive for the Knights will back them up to the West Delaware 41-yard line, and that's where they will face 1st and 20.
Good-looking offensive line here that Davenport Assumption brings in. Jamie is just kind of going through and looking, anywhere from 6 feet to 6'2", 220 to 240. So and they moved pretty well here in this first drive for Assumption as well.
Jace Levi back into the game at quarterback. They hand to Wohlers, and they hand it to Clemmy on the reverse, and Clemmy's down the sideline, but he steps out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So a nice gain there by Logan Clemmy as they hand it off to Ryan Wohlers, gave it back to Clemmy on the reverse, and he runs up the sideline. Had he not stepped out of bounds, he would have gone in for the touchdown, but it'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Knights. 2nd down and 1, excuse me. No, it should be 2nd and 1, correct? That was 1st down. There it is, 2nd down. They had the number 3 up on the down marker there. 2nd and 1 for Davenport Assumption. As again, they have it at the West Delaware 24-yard line. As it's Levi, hands off to Wohlers up the middle, and he's met at the line as the first Hawk barreling in there and stopping him. Gavin Soppe, and coming in to finish him off was Grant Morris. Great job by the Hawks. That was Brees, 34 on the stop. But Gavin Soppe coming from that safety position to make the stop there. As loss of 1 will be 3rd down and 2 now for the Knights, as we're still scoreless, 0-0, 8:35 left to go in quarter number 1. And the Knights come set. Split backs in the shotgun formation here for Jace Levi. They hand off to the right side. This is Wohlers again. He's built very well for a high school running back as he carries forward enough for the first down at the West Delaware 21-yard line. As Harrison Goebel making the stop for the Hawks. 3rd first down of this game for Davenport Assumption.
And you're right, Jamie. Wohlers comes in at 6'2", 200 pounds, and we were talking earlier before the game about, he's only got 135 yards rushing in the first 2 games, but that's against Bettendorf and North Scott, so pretty good built running back.
Over 3 minutes on this drive already for the Knights as Levi comes set, shotgun. He rolls to his left, a design quarterback run, trying to cut the corner, and he does. He's got some room. Wibena trying to chase him down, but coming up and making the stop for the Hawks was Cabron Cook, as Cook comes over and makes the stop, but it's going to be good for another Assumption first down as Jace Levi takes it himself. It'll be 1st and goal at the West Delaware 6-yard line. So the Hawk defense has to try to step up here as the Knights threatening inside the red zone at the West Delaware 6-yard line. As they will come out here, shotgun the quick snap. They're going to hand off to Wohlers up the middle. Harrison Goebel has him wrapped up inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. As Goebel wraps him up, and he's going to be short of the goal line. It'll be second down and goal for Davenport Assumption. The ball at the 3-yard line of West Delaware. As they're looking to score here, put the first points to the board. The Hawks turn the ball over on their first possession with a fumble as they try to stop this Davenport Assumption drive. A shotgun formation, nobody in the backfield with Jace Levi here. As see what he does. Hawks almost jumped. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking to pass, got a man wide open. And wouldn't you know it, it's Ryan Wohlers in for the Assumption touchdown. So they go up 6-0 here with 7:01 left to go in this first quarter. And it's a pretty simple just roll out there by Levi to just kind of roll to his right and then hit Wohlers for the short touchdown pass. So puts Assumption up here early, 6-0 with 7:01 to go. As they will come on to attempt the extra point. This off the leg of Nate McMullen. And holding is John Basir. The kick is up. It is good. Assumption leads 7-0 with 7:01 left to go in this first quarter. Take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware Football from KMCH Sports.
Stop by Dyersville Comics and Games, your local comic book and gaming store today. Gaming events go on daily, and there is a great selection of comics and games to choose from. It's definitely worth a stop. Dyersville Comic and Games, located on 2nd Avenue Southeast in Dyersville. Best of luck to all area athletes and coaches on a successful season.
The victory is yours at Victory Ford.
Hey, this is James Halverson, Service Manager at Victory Ford in Dyersville. Our service and parts team at Victory Ford is dedicated to keeping your car in tip-top shape. And our sales department makes buying a car easy and hassle-free. Stop out to Victory Ford in Dyersville or online at victoryfordonline.com. Good luck, athletes and coaches.
Back into Brown Field, Davenport Assumption leads 7-0 with 7:01 left to go in this first quarter. As the Knights set to kick off, Gavin Soppe, Jordan Brees deep to receive for West Delaware. Nate McMullen set to kick off. As McMullen's kick is a little squib kick, it's going to be taken by one of the upmen for the Hawks, and I believe, see who that is on the Hawks. Nice return by the Hawks. I believe that was Harrison Goebel. Yes, it was. As Goebel picks it up, another great starting field position for the Hawks. They have it at their own 49.
And that touchdown drive, Jamie, by Davenport Assumption, 13 plays, 61 yards. Took 4 minutes and 17 seconds off the clock. Levi to Wohlers for the 3-yard touchdown pass. Puts Assumption up 7-0 with 6:53 to go here in this first quarter.
And still this season, Jace Levi has been a part of every Assumption touchdown on the year. As the give is to Curley up the middle, and he carries over the 50-yard line to the Assumption 48-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3 yards on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Knights. Has a nice carry there by Caleb Curley. Again, Jace Levi coming in had 1 receiving touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns. Now he has a passing touchdown here to Wohlers. As Casey looks to pass on 2nd 7, he's got his man. That's Tyler Kelly, and he's got enough for the Hawk first down to the Assumption 36-yard line. Nice pitch and catch there from Nick Casey to Tyler Kelly.
Yeah, nice job there by Kelly of finding the soft spot in the zone there and just kind of planting himself. And he's a big target, 6'3", 6'4", so. And a nice throw by Casey of allowing him to catch it and then turn it up the field for a few extra yards.
The top target for Nick Casey is 13th reception of the year. The give this time is to Curley. He breaks off a tackle. He's got it at the 30 to 25, down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line of Davenport Assumption. He's brought down out there that time by John Basir, but that's another Hawk first down. 1st and 10 West Delaware at the Assumption 25-yard line is where they put it down.
Boy, it just sure opens up the running game when that passing game gets going and rolling, and you can see once they do that, it just it creates holes for Curley in the run game.
Casey comes set, pistol formation. He looks to throw. Left side, he's got Kelly, and it's picked off the hands of Tyler Kelly, and picked off out there by Adam Mativa, and the Knights will take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Second turnover of the game for the Hawks.
It was a good throw by Casey. Just kind of squirted through the hands of Tyler Kelly and right in the hands of the Davenport Assumption defender, and just a bad break by the Hawks.
7-0. Davenport Assumption leads it here with 5:47 left to go in this first quarter as they come set for their second drive of the game from the Hawks' from their own 14-yard line. As Jace Levi comes set, Wohlers in the backfield with him. Shotgun formation. They fake to Wohlers. Quick pass to the left. This is Clemmy. He tips it but comes up with it as Wubina is going to bring him down at about the 19-yard line. That's going to be good. Not gain of about 5 yards. Good for 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Knights as Drew Wubina brings him down on that play. So 2nd down and 5 for Davenport Assumption. Ball at the 19 of West Delaware. They need to get to the 24-yard line for a first down as Levi comes set. Shotgun formation. They send a man in motion. That's Wohlers. Levi pulls it on the read play, and he takes it himself. And he's brought down by Harrison Goebel, but not before he picks up a first down. So first down for Davenport Assumption. Their fourth rushing first down of this first quarter, 5th overall, as they have it 1st and 10 at the West Delaware 26-yard line. So the Knights huddling up here. They're going to send a man off. Oh, he's just coming out of the huddle. He's not sending a man off, but he's got receivers Nick Gotilla out there as they send a man in motion. A lot of motion on this offense by the Knights. He throws left side. He's got Clemmy at the 35-yard line. He's going to be brought down as it's Logan Wynn who makes the stop, but not before Levi completes the pass, and a first down for Logan Clemmy as they move it up to the West Delaware 40-yard line.
And you can tell early, Jamie, Assumption isn't probably going to throw anything. They're not going to go vertical too much. It's going to be that short passing game, those 5 to 10-yard passes, and then they're going to turn it upfield and expect their athletes to create plays. So for the Hawks can kind of figure out a way to kind of keep that in check.
They send Wohlers in motion. They fake the handoff to him on the read option. Grant Morris comes up and fills the hole Levi was trying to run through. He picks up a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for Assumption. Ball at their own 41-yard line. 4:15 left to go in this first quarter. Assumption leads it 7-0 as they face a 2nd down and 9 at their own 41-yard line. As they come out of the huddle and await this 2nd down and 9 with one wide receiver, one man in the slot. They send Clemmy in motion. Wohlers the back in the backfield. They fake to him, throw across the middle, and they got a man out there. He's met immediately by Drew Wubina, but it's Ray Thrapp, the tight end, who picks up 8 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 1 at the West Delaware 49-yard line. Nice little play action there by Davenport Assumption. Just that fake handoff to Wohlers. Threw it across the middle where Ray Thrapp was waiting. And it's 3rd down and 1 for Davenport Assumption. As they come set, they're going to quick snap it here. They give to Wohlers, right side. He's got enough for the first down, still on his feet, and he trips over his own man, but he's got enough for the first down as it looks like the foot of one of the offensive guys was stuck in the face mask. The shoe was stuck in Mitchell Mangold's face mask. Mangold's all right as he made the stop, but it's a first down for Davenport Assumption. Their 7th of the game, and the Hawks want a timeout. Timeout West Delaware with 3:12 left to go in this first quarter. Assumption leads at 7-0. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and Nubiana. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
Find out what all the area coaches have to say about tonight's games tomorrow morning at 9 on the Coach's Corner with Kevin Shookman. Right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Davenport Assumption leads this game 7-0. 3 minutes, 12 seconds left to go in this first quarter. It is first down and 10 for Davenport Assumption. They have it down to the West Delaware 42-yard line as they come set out of the West Delaware timeout. 7 first downs already in 2 drives for the Knights as Jace Levi comes set beside him in the backfield. As I believe one of the Hawks may have jumped off sides. There's the back was Seth Adrian. Is this against the Hawks? Offsides against West Delaware. Their first penalty of the game comes on this defense here, and it'll be first down and 5. They put it down at the West Delaware 37-yard line. Looked like Harrison Goebel came across a little bit early, as that'll bring out the cheers from the Davenport Assumption student section across the way. As the Knights again going left to right, road uniforms, white tops with black pants, the white helmets. As Jace Levi comes set, one man in the backfield, that's Adrian. That's Woolers. They hand to him left side, and nobody out there for the Hawks. He's going to bring it down near the 30-yard line. He's going to be real close to the first down. I believe he has it. As Soppy and Morris combine on the stop there. There is a penalty marker laying down at the 37-yard line, right about the line of scrimmage. As we'll get the call from our official here. As it's going to be illegal procedure against Davenport Assumption. So that'll back them up 5 yards. Their third penalty of the game, all on offense. They've spent a lot of time on offense. Of course, their first drive lasted 4 minutes and 17 seconds. This one,
working over about 3 minutes.
Yeah, almost 3 minutes so far. As this ball's backed up to the original line of scrimmage now, back to the West Delaware 42-yard line. First and 10, Davenport Assumption. As one receiver in this set, shotgun formation for Jace Levi. The back beside him is Ryan Woolers. As Woolers gets the handoff right side, he's trying to cut it up. Nice job, gang tackling by the Hawks as Gavin Soppy, Drew Woobin, the 2 safeties for the Hawks, come up and make the stop there after a short gain by Jace Levi as he picks up, looks like he picks up 1 on that one. It'll be second down and 9 for, and it's going to be holding. There's a penalty marker down. It's holding against Davenport Assumption. Didn't see the penalty marker down, but it is another penalty against the Knights. And it'll back it up to their own 49-yard line now. As it's still 7-0. Davenport Assumption leads it here with 2:40 left to go in this first quarter. The Knights with a long drive their first time, 61 yards on that first touchdown drive, which ended in a pass from Jace Levi to Ryan Woolers, has the Knights up 7-0 here. Levi comes set, sends a man in motion, pulls it himself, and he's going to run it up the middle. He gets good yardage back to the 41-yard line, so now it'll be second down and 9, where we just saw the last play, as Logan Wynn makes the stop for the Hawks. As right around the original line of scrimmage, call it second down and 10. Second down and 10 for the Knights, again at the West Delaware 42-yard line. Under 2 minutes left to play in this first quarter. Assumption leading 7-0. As they come set, shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right this time. They send a man in motion. This is Woolers. Levi stands alone. He's looking to throw downfield. He's got Woolers on the sideline. Incomplete pass. Right there immediately to make the stop was Gavin Soppy. A great hit by Soppy. As the second that Woolers caught that pass, Soppy dropped him on the sideline, and it'll be third down and 9 for the Knights.
Yeah, and Soppy did a nice job there. Just kind of, as soon as Woolers caught it, he just leveled him and knocked him right out of bounds. And so just a nice job there. And that's the second time we've seen that play run, and both times Woolers kind of got his bell rung. It's a good play if it works, but if it doesn't, it's a dangerous play. It leaves a guy out there to get hurt. So
as Levi comes set, shotgun formation, the back beside him is Adrian. Now he's going to tuck it and run, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield. The Hawks gang tackle him up as it's Harrison Golden and Derek Krogman who combine on the stop for the Hawks. and it'll be 4th down and 12 for the Knights from the West Delaware 44-yard line.
Yeah, nice job there. Once again, the pressure came in from the outside. Both defensive ends came around, and the secondary did a nice job of holding their guys. So good job there by that Hawk defense of coming up with a big 3rd down stop.
As the Knights show that they're going to punt this one away, it'll be Adam Sigworth back to punt for them. As Sigworth's punt is away, and it's a good one. Could go into the end zone. It's going to bounce into the end zone. Landed in the end zone, and the Hawks will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Again, the Iowa college football continues tomorrow. The Iowa Hawkeyes travel to Ames and take on the Iowa State Cyclones. If you can't be at the game, you can catch it right here on KMCH. Pregame starts at 9 a.m., which will join in progress after the Coach's Corner with Kevin Shookman, which starts at 9, with a kickoff at 11 a.m. And that's Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk Series this weekend as the Hawks come set 1st and 10 from their own 20. They give us to Curley up the middle. He's going to fight forward. He's at the 25, nearing the 30-yard line. Nice carry. A 10-yard run by Caleb Curley. Give him 11 as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. So Caleb Curley with the 1st down there. 1st and 10 Hawks at their own 31-yard line. So nice run there. Let's see if the Hawks can continue this momentum here as their first 2 drives have ended in turnovers, one a fumble and one an interception. That interception by Adam Mativa. Excuse me, Mativia. I'll get it figured out. I think it's Mativia. As the Hawks trying to get the play in, the play clock has not started. Now it will, as they're set to go. Pistol formation, Curley in the backfield behind Nick Casey. They give to him up the middle. Runs hard. He's got some room. 40, 45. He's going to be brought down at the 48-yard line. Another 1st down run by Caleb Curley. And the Hawks running game has got it going right now. 1st and 10 Hawks. Ball at the 48-yard line.
And Coach Wink said he wanted to get the running game going tonight. And so far on these first 2 plays of this third drive for the Hawks, looks like you said, Jamie.
They give us to Curley. Once again, he bounces to the right. He fights for it, crosses midfield right at midfield. They might give him just on the Assumption side as there's 20 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Assumption leads it 7-0. As the Hawks see if they try to run another play here. And it looks like they will. It'll be 2nd down and 8 after a gain of 2 by Caleb Curley. Casey looks to pass. They're going to end the first quarter on a pass, and it's overthrown, looking for Mitchell Mangold on the far sideline. And that is how our first quarter will end. Assumption leads West Delaware 7-0. We'll take a break and come back for the start of the second quarter. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
We switch sides as we go to the second quarter. Assumption leads 7-0 as we start quarter number 2. Nick Casey, pistol formation. Behind him is Curley. He looks to pass. He's throwing downfield and incomplete. Looking for Tyler Kelly on that far sideline. Logan Clemmy on the coverage for the Knights. It falls incomplete. And it'll be 4th down and 8 for the Hawks, as they will send the punt team out for this 4th down play. The Hawks got that running game going a little bit as it looks like Harrison Goebel is going to come out and punt for the Hawks. Deep to receive for Davenport Assumption is John Bushseer. And Ryan Wohlers, a high punt by Goebel is going to be taken by Bushseer at the 15. He goes backwards and he's going to be dropped at about the 13-yard line. Has a nice job there on that pursuit by the Hawks. It looks like it was Mitchell Mangold who made the stop for the Hawks on that punt. And it'll be 1st and 10. Davenport Assumption ball at their own. Looks like 12-yard line. As they huddle up here to face this 1st and 10 as they lead this game 7-0 with 11:45 left to go in the second quarter. As Levi comes set, two backs beside him, shotgun formation. He's going to run behind those two backs to the right side. He escapes the Hawks front and gets run out of bounds by Drew Wubena after a gain of about 6 yards, 6 or 7 on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Knights. And if you've ever been to a West Delaware football game here and you've heard Mike Cole doing the public address announcing here, you've heard him call names of the ball carriers, the tacklers, the quarterbacks, the receivers. Well, beside every public address man is a good spotter, and we'll get to that in a second as the handoff is to Wohler. Great pursuit. Grant Morris drops him in the backfield. Nice job by Morris as he's back to the 17-yard line. Nice job there by Grant to stop him. As we mentioned, every good PA man has a good spotter, and that spotter for many years has been Al Cole, and he was tonight's honorary captain, as Al has been in the booth as a spotter since 2003, and we'll talk to him at halftime as he and his wife Kim still live here in Manchester. Their daughter Riley, graduate of West Delaware and Wartburg College. So congrats to Al Cole on tonight's honorary captain. As the pass here by Levi is going to be run out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. I believe they're going to be short. Should be 4th down as Tyler Kelly brought him down as that was Nick Gotilla on the catch for the Knights. It'll be 4th down and 1, and it looks like Assumption will send out the punt team as Logan Wynn and Drew Wubena head back to receive this for the Hawks. As again, back to punt for the Knights is Adam Sigworth. As the snap is off, the punt is away, and a spiraling kick, a good kick, as looks like it's going to be Wynn. Did they say his knee was down, or did he call for a fair catch? He called for a fair catch. Wow. Okay. Wynn called for the fair catch. He took off running with it, but the fair catch is called for and taken at the 39-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start here. 1st and 10, trailing 7-0 here in quarter number 2. 10:44 left to go here in this second quarter.
You like to see the Hawks, you've seen bits and pieces of it. You've seen them, the running game, you see just flashes of it here. So hopefully they can get it rolling here. This is their 4th possession, and you'd like to see them get some points on the board here.
As Casey comes set, the give up the middle is to Jordan Brees. He bounces off a tackler, has it at the midfield, 45-40. Down inside the 35-yard line to the 34. Jordan Brees, a huge run for the Hawks. Finally brought down by Adam Lativier. And the Hawks have a huge first down there. It's 1st and 10 at the Assumption 34.
Yeah, and Jordan showed a nice burst of speed there. Once he got through the first line there, he got to the second level and just kind of shot through the gap there and did a nice job of picking up about 20 yards there.
We saw this formation with the Hawks last week as Brees is that main blocker, but Brees in at tailback. They give to him again as he's going to be wrapped up after a gain of about 1. As Brees carries it again, Goebel in as that kind of that power back as he leads the way for Jordan Brees up the middle. We saw Brees do that with Jared Helly last week.
Yep.
As Brees, the tailback this week for the Hawks, he picks up 2 on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. As the Hawks come back set in that formation, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Casey comes set. He looks to pass. Looks to his right, throws, looking for down the sideline. It looks like he was looking for, it was Tyler Kelly down there on the sideline. As Kelly kind of ran into one of the West Delaware photographers down there on the sideline, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 8. See what the Hawks can do here. I'm not sure the Hawks have converted on a 3rd down yet in this game. They've had some big runs on 1st and 2nd down, but can't get it going on 3rd down as they're going to give to Brees up the middle, and he fights forward, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage before he's met that time by Anthony Valinas. Let's see what the Hawks do here. I'm sure they'll go for it. It's 4th down and 8. No gain on that play for Brees. 2 wide receivers to the right. It's Mangold and Kelly. 1 to the left is Cook. As Casey looks to pass, he's going for the deep ball. He's got a man and looking for Tyler Kelly, but Kelly couldn't come up with it as he overshot him, and it was Nathan Schlichting on the coverage for the Knights. And it falls incomplete, and the Hawks turn over the ball on downs this time and give it back to the Knights. It'll be 1st and 10 Assumption at their own 33-yard line. With 9:20 left to play in this first half, Assumption leads at 7-0. As it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights. Ball is actually on the 32-yard line is where they'll start this drive. As 1 receiver each way for Jace Levi. 2 backs beside him in the shotgun formation to give us to Wohlers. He cuts back up the middle. He's kind of a bear when he gets through there. As Drew Wilbena makes the tackle at the 41-yard line. So gain of 8 yards there.
It's almost like if you can get him going side to side, it's a little bit better than once he gets a full head of steam going through that line. If he can get 2 or 3 yards, he's going to be getting even more than that just from sheer momentum.
2nd down and 2. Somebody left early, but no call as they give it to Wohlers up the middle, and he picks up a 1st down for the Knights. Look like Seth Adrian left a little bit early on that from that other back position as they have 2 backs. As again, Levi standing in the shotgun formation, and there's a running back on each side of him, and it looked like that second running back, Seth Adrian, left a little bit early on that play. But again, no call, but it's 1st and 10 Assumption at their own 45-yard line. And they lead this game 7-0 here in quarter number 2, 8:42 remaining. Levi comes set, 1 back beside him, that's Wohlers. As he takes the snap, he fakes a handoff, quick pass to the right, and nobody home. As it looks like he was looking for Valinas, but Valinas was running a different route than what Levi was passing to, and it falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
I think Levi was expecting him to kind of do a down and out to the near the Assumption sideline. He just did like a fly pattern just straight down the sideline. So
as it's 2nd down and 10, again ball at their own 45-yard line for Davenport Assumption here, leading this game 7-0 in the second quarter. They hand off to Clemmie, the second man around, and he's swallowed up in the backfield as Harrison Goebel wraps him up. They tried that end around to Logan Clemmie, and he's dropped back at the 42-yard line. And a loss of 3 on that play, as great job by Harrison Goebel busting through, reading that play, staying home on that reverse, and he makes the stop in the backfield. It'll be 3rd down and 13 for the Knights.
It's hard to explain. It's kind of like an inside double reverse. It's the ball gets handed off twice, and so the Hawk defenders, like you said, Jamie, just did a nice job of staying home, playing their areas, and dropped them for about the 3-yard loss.
So 3rd and 13 for Assumption. Wohlers the back in the backfield. Excuse me, that's Adrian as Levi will pass. He's looking down the field. He's got a man and caught by Clemmie at the 30 of West Delaware. Hand fighting down the sideline. Finally going to be brought down by Tyler Kelly. And now penalty marker flies on that sideline. It looked like Kelly may have given an extra shove out of bounds over there as 2 penalty markers came down at about the 15-yard line of West Delaware. And we'll get the call from head referee Kent Sesker as the officials get together and talk about that. As it will be 1st down. After this penalty, it may be 1st and goal for the Knights. As we'll see what the penalty is. It is going to be unsportsmanlike against the Hawks. That'll be against Tyler Kelly. And a penalty here for the Hawks. Their 2nd, both of them on the defensive side of the ball here tonight. And it'll be 1st and goal at the West Delaware 5-yard line.
And we talked about Assumption isn't going to take a lot of shots downfield, but that was one there where the receiver started on the near sideline, just kind of dragged across the field, and Levi did a nice job of hitting him in stride and picking up a big gain, plus tacking on the penalty.
First and goal from the 6, Wildcat formation as Wohlers is the quarterback. He takes the snap himself, and he is going to go in for the Assumption touchdown. Ryan Wohlers, his second touchdown of the night, and Davenport Assumption goes up 13 to nothing here. As it's 13 to nothing here, Davenport Assumption leads it with 7:34 left to go in the second quarter. As on to kick this extra point for the Knights is Nate McMullen out of the hold of John Basir. And the kick is up. It is good. Assumption leads it 14 to nothing with 7:34 left to go second quarter. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware Football from KMCH Sports.
High-Tech Communications is your local service provider for telephone systems, fire detection, audio, video, security and surveillance systems, wiring, and more. High-Tech has decades of experience in the industry. Contact High-Tech at 563-927-4936, online at hightechcommunications.us. High-Tech Communications, changing your world with technology.
Are you looking for great food and a unique atmosphere? Then make Okoboji Grill your next lunch or dinner destination, or enjoy 2-for-1 happy hour every Monday through Thursday from 4 until 6 p.m. That's Okoboji Grill, 1749 Golf Course Boulevard in Independence. Okoboji Grill, where good friends meet.
Back into Brownfield, along with in-studio producer Ashley Bramey, Jamie Vasky, Aaron Pleen, Bill Logan back with you. Assumption leading West Delaware 14 to nothing. 7:34 left to go in this second quarter as McMullen set to kick off. Soppy and Brees deep to receive for the Hawks. As McMullen will run up, and his kick is a little line drive. And it's going to be picked up by Jordan Brees at his own 15-yard line as Brees barrels forward out near the 20-yard line. Nice return there by Jordan Brees. And the Hawks will start 1st and 10 from their own 20.
And Jamie, that touchdown drive by Davenport Assumption, 6 plays, 68 yards, took 1 minute and 46 seconds off the clock. Wohlers with a 6-yard touchdown run, his second touchdown tonight, one of the reception kind and one of the rushing kind. Puts the Assumption Knights up now 14 to nothing with 7:30 to go here in the second quarter.
Hawks will come set to start this drive. Their 5th drive of this first half. A couple turnovers and a couple turnover on downs as the give is to Curley up the middle. He's got some room and he crosses the 40-yard line up to the 43-yard line. It'll be the 43-yard line, and that's a first down for the Hawks. They're 5th on the ground in this game, 6th overall, as they have 1st and 10 at their own 43. 7:22 left to go. West Delaware trailing 14 to nothing. As Casey comes set, pistol formation, 3 receivers to the right this time. They're going to quick pass to the right. This is mangled on the wheel route, or the bubble screen. He's got it at midfield, 45 down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line, and that's another first down for the Hawks. As coming up and making the stop was Anthony Valinas. But it's good for a West Delaware first down. 1st and 10 Hawks at the Assumption 43-yard line. So the Hawks need to continue this momentum here and see if they can try to get some points here before halftime. 7:01 left to go, second quarter. Hawks trailing 14 to nothing. The give to Curley up the middle, and he fights forward for a yard. He gets to the 42-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. And congratulations to West Delaware head volleyball coach Brett Mather and his West Delaware Hawks as they went down to Maquoketa and swept the Cardinals 3-0 Tuesday night. Don't miss next week's broadcast as the Hawks return home for the first time this season as Casey's pass is overthrown his intended receiver as he was looking for Kelly. It'll be 3rd down and 9. The Hawks will come home next Tuesday to host Solon. You can catch that game right here on KMCH with Sports Director John Swisher and Joan Salo, starting at about 7:30 right here on KMCH. 3rd down and 9 upcoming for the Hawks. 2 receivers to the right. Pistol formation for the Hawks. They send Curley in motion to the left. Looks to pass, sets it up. He's got Cook at the 35. He's at the 30. He might have enough for the first down. He does. Down to the Assumption 27-yard line, and that's good for a West Delaware first down. Great third down conversion that time by the Hawks.
Well, that was much needed, Jamie, and so kind of nice. Casey had, not only did he have Cameron Cook out here, but he had Caleb Curley at the far side of the field, too, and didn't have anybody out there within 5 or 10 yards of him. So, but nice job there by Casey of getting the ball out of his hands and getting it into his playmaker.
They come set. Curley's the back in the backfield. They give to him right side. He cuts back, has a little bit of running room there to the 21-yard line. Nice run that time by Caleb Curley. Is coming up and making the stop for the Knights was Antonio Santillan. As it'll be second down and 4, a gain of 6 that time by Caleb Curley at the 21-yard line of Assumption. Casey comes set. 2 wide receivers, one in the slot, one split out wide. As Casey pulls this one, he's going to follow his blocker. He's got some room down to the 15, down inside the 5-yard line. Nice run by Nick Casey, and that's going to be a Hawk first down, and they're going to have first and goal upcoming on the nice read option play that time by Nick Casey.
Yeah, he just did a nice job of just following his lead blocker all the way, and that lead blocker got him 10 yards, and he just kept plowing forward. Drove it inside the 5-yard line. Now the Hawks are in business. First and goal at the 4.
They send Goebel in as the power back. Brees will be the tailback here as they're going to come with that power back formation. The give is to Brees up the middle. He cuts back inside the 1 down near the goal line. I think he's going to be just short. He's going to be right at the 1-yard line. It's going to be short.
I think he looked like he was going to go in, then he kind of got twisted back towards the line of scrimmage. So just about a yard short. You're right, Jamie.
The Hawks go right back at it. They come set. Casey has a penalty marker down. I think the Hawks were they too anxious to get going that time? Or is it on the defense? It's going to be offsides against Assumption. So, first penalty on the Assumption defense, their 5th penalty of this first half. So the Hawks face second and goal from the half-yard line as Casey will line up, pistol formation. Goebel in as the fullback. The give is to Brees. Up the middle, and he's in for the Hawk touchdown. Jordan Brees from 1 yard out, and the Hawks cut the lead here as it's 14-6 with 4:56 left to go in this second quarter.
Yeah, and Gee, that was the drive the Hawks needed. They needed to get some positive momentum going, and that was it right there. A nice 10-play drive, balance of running and passing, throwing the ball, so good balance there. Hopefully that'll kind of jumpstart this offense now. We can see this a few more times here in the rest of the second quarter and into the second half.
Caleb Zier on for the extra point. The kick is up. It is good. Hawks cut the deficit in half. It's 14-7. Assumption leads it. As we will take a break and come back, you're listening to West Delaware Football from KMCH Sports.
When selecting the right tire for your vehicle, you want choice. Bobin Tire and Automotive Service in Manchester gives you choice with the top tire brands available today. For the tire choice you want and the service your vehicle needs, see Bobin Tire and Automotive in Manchester. Open Saturdays for your convenience.
Whether it's an orthopedic, sports, or occupational injury you are suffering from, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services has you covered. With a customized treatment program, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services can get you back on track in the active game of life. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare, close to home.
Back into Brown Field. Assumption leading 14-7. 4:56 left to go in this first half after the touchdown by the Hawks, and they come out to kick this thing off.
And Jamie, that last touchdown drive by the Hawks, 10 plays, 70 yards, took 2 minutes and 38 seconds off the clock. Jordan Brees with the 1 yard touchdown run cuts that deficit in half, like you said. 14-7, Davenport Assumption leads with 4:56 to go in the second quarter.
As Derek Krogman will come out to kick this ball off for the Hawks. Deep to receive for the Knights is going to be Bruce Batwaki. And see who the other Knight is out there. It's going to be Jace Levi, the quarterback. It's going to be Bitwakey, gets it at his own 11-yard line. He gets some room. He's got to get brought down eventually as the Hawks finally bring him down at the 37-yard line, and that's where they will take over 1st and 10, Davenport Assumption. Here with 4:43 left to go, second quarter. Assumption leading 14-7. As, again, Hawkeye fans, don't forget you can get 90 minutes of Hawk football talk with the voice of the Iowa Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin, and Iowa football coach Kirk Ferentz every Wednesday night at 6:30 right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH. The Knights out of the huddle. Ball at their own 37-yard line. Jace Levi comes set. Sends a man in motion. This is Clemmy. Two backs beside him. They give to Wohlers right side. He's going to be wrapped up. Harrison Goebel gets a hold of him on the backside at the 40-yard line. Nice job there by the Hawks. Also coming up and helping out was Gavin Soppe. Soppe doing a great job in his first start on the varsity tonight. As it's a gain of 2 yards there. Second down and 7. Levi comes set. Shotgun formation. He's going to run. Design run for him as it's getting bunched up, but he's very shifty. Once he gets in there, he's out to the 45-yard line, where he is brought down that time by Logan Wynn, as Wynn moving up from that safety position the last 2 weeks, moving up into linebacker this week, as it's going to be third down and about 3 yards from the Knight 45-yard line with 3:50 remaining in the second quarter. Again, Davenport Assumption leads 14-7. This would be a huge stop for the Hawks, Aaron, if they can get the ball back and try to tie this thing up before half. Levi comes set, shotgun formation. He's going to run it himself, right side, and it's again bunched up, and he's going to be and there's going to be a flag that comes in from the head referee as Derek Krogman made the stop. He's short of the first down, but we'll see what the penalty is. As Kent Sesker gives the call to Wade King, head coach for Assumption. It's going to be face mask against the Hawks. So a penalty against the Hawks defense there. They're third of the game. I believe they had 10 in last week's game, so trying to clean that up here a little bit this week. Again, don't forget at halftime, busy halftime as we've got our honorary captain, Al Cook, talk with freshman head coach Bob Morris. And of course, go through our Hawks in the NCAA segment. First down for Davenport Assumption after the penalty. They hand off the middle. This is going to be Seth Adrian, as he's going to barrel forward. I believe he's going to be close to the first down. He might be just short as he's down to the West Delaware 37-yard line. And now our officials are talking again. I believe is there another penalty?
Looks like they're backing Assumption up, but I don't.
Oh, they're going to measure it. Excuse me. There's going to time out for a measurement. We've got our measurement guy down there.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's, remember how short it was in the sophomore freshman game? It's that long. Yep.
That long, yeah.
Just by the stripe of the ball.
So that'll be a first down by Seth Adrian, as he picks up the first down for the Knights at the West Delaware 37-yard line. With 3:03 remaining in this first half, Knights lead 14-7. So here we go, Assumption out of the timeout. Logan Clemmy, the first Knight out of the huddle. He's had a big game here tonight, as Clemmy on the season only had 3 receptions coming into tonight. As Levi comes set, he's going to run behind his fullback. He's trying to get to the outside, and Gavin Soppe pushes him out of bounds inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. So a gain of 4 that time. It'll be second down and 6. So Davenport Assumption, they've done a great job tonight. They've had a lot of long drives and long sustained drives tonight, and they're trying to pull off another one here before half as it's second down and 6. Ball at the West Delaware 33-yard line. Levi comes set, shotgun formation. Wohlers stands behind him as they're going to give to Wohlers. Right side, he barrels pushing through the tackles, the would-be tacklers of the Hawks, as Grant Morris grabbed a hold of him and brought tried hanging on and just trying to bring him down, but he's a horse in there, and he picks up the first down.
It's a lot of the Hawks are doing a lot of arm tackling right now, and that's no match for a back like Wohlers, who's 6'2", 200 pounds. He'll break those arm tackles all day. So the Hawks are going to have to do what Coach Twing talked about and do the gang tackling, wrap up, and drop them soon.
As it's 1st and 10 at the West Delaware 22-yard line. And Levi this is Wohlers on the direct snap, and he's going to be brought down. Nice job by the Hawk defense that time as Harrison Goebel grabs a hold of him. Also coming in to help out on that play. As for the Hawks that time, it was Matt Wickman getting in on the action as well after no gain by Wohlers that time. There's 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Hawks trail 14-7. As it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the West Delaware 22-yard line. As they hurry to the line this time, it's Wohlers again, Wildcat formation. He takes the snap, he runs to the left, trying to get outside, and the Hawks going to wrap him up. Nice job that time. Penalty marker comes in as Justin Brown wraps him up in the backfield after little to no gain. Illegal shift.
They had 2 or 3 guys moving.
Yeah, illegal shift against Davenport Assumption. So their 5th offensive penalty of this first half will back them up 5 yards. And there's the 5-yard walk-off. And there's 1:38 left to go in this second quarter. Again, Assumption with a 14-7 lead. 2 touchdowns by Ryan Wohlers. As the 6'2", 200-pound senior has done a majority of the workload here tonight for Assumption, and coming out working out as a receiver, a running back, and also in that Wildcat formation taking snaps.
Well, they know he's there. They know he's their workhorse, so they have lined him up in different situations and different positions, and he's really done a nice job tonight.
So our officials getting together, and now another penalty.
Oh, the Hawks declined it.
Oh, the Hawks declined the penalty. So it'll be 3rd down and 9, or 3rd and 10. No gain that time. So no penalty that time. As Levi comes set, 3rd and 10. He looks to pass. He's going to the sideline, and it's knocked down. Knocked down at the line as Harrison Goebel gets his mitts in the air and knocks that pass down. It'll be 4th down and 10 for Assumption. And a great defensive stand that time by the Hawks.
That tall Harrison Goebel, you're talking. Harrison comes in 6'5", 6'6" there, but the tall task to have a quarterback throw over him. So big 4th down here, though, for the Hawk defense.
We mentioned we're going to talk to Bob Morris, the freshman coach for the Hawks. They are now 3-0 as they won tonight 33-12. It was a great game at half, but the Hawks were able to pull away in the second half, 33-12 in that game. As the Davenport Assumption takes the timeout, we'll take one with them. We'll come right back. You're listening to West Delaware Football from KMCH Sports.
Insurance is a contract to protect what you value the most, whether it's your auto, home, business, health, or even your life. AAA and People's Insurance Agency have been protecting all of your assets for years. So please call your local licensed AAA agent at Mormon Insurance Agency, a member of People's Insurance in Manchester, for a free review of all of your insurance needs, because trust is everything.
At Telke Motors, we believe in a gentler, simpler way of doing business. Check out our large selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as a great incentive at TelkeMotors.com. If you're looking for a new, pre-owned vehicle or service on your current vehicle, come to Telke Motors, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram on 9th Street in Dyersville.
Back into Brown Field, Hawks trail 14-7. 1:29 left to go second quarter. Davenport Assumption will go for it here on 4th and 10. Jace Levi comes set. He's going to pass across the middle, and it's incomplete. Nearly hauled in by Ray Thrapp, but fell to the ground, and the Hawks will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line with 1:25 left to go in this second quarter.
Jamie, that was a huge turnover on downs by this Hawk defense. It looked like the pass was going to be completed. It was kind of one of those jump passes. It was kind of what it looked like. But the Hawk defender did a nice job of knocking it out of the hands of the receiver and getting this Hawk offense back on the field. Looks like the Hawks have 2 timeouts left with 1:25 to go here in this second quarter.
So the Hawks take over, pistol formation, trips receivers to the right for Nick Casey. Behind him is Caleb Curley. They give this to Curley up the middle. He goes to the left side. He's got it at the 25-30. Brought down at about the 31-yard line. Nice run there by Caleb Curley. I believe he's going to be a couple yards short, maybe 1 yard short of the first down. But a nice first down run by Curley. That's what the Hawks need to do here, try to break something loose as there's 1:05 left to go in this second quarter. Hawks trailing 14-7. 3 receivers again for Nick Casey. He looks to pass. He's rolling to his right, looking for someone to get open. Now he's under pressure, and he's got to get rid of it, and he can't. He's going to be sacked for a big loss that time. Is coming up and making the stop. Having a big night is Anthony Valinas, and he makes the sack back at the 21-yard line. A loss of 10 on that one will be 3rd down and 11. With 35 seconds left to go in this first half, Casey comes set. 3 receivers to the right. They hand off to Curley. He goes up the middle. He's going to be met at the line. Curley did not have the ball. Looked like Casey pulled that ball. The Knights want a timeout here, as it's going to be 4th down and 11. So the Knights will take their 3rd timeout of this first half. Here with 25 seconds left to go in this second quarter. The timeout by the Knights. They're going to try to get the Hawks to punt it away and maybe come up with a big play of their own before halftime. And they get the ball to start the second half, so they want to try to add to their lead here at halftime. Some other scores from around the area, Cascade and North Fayette Valley. That's our area online and playback game of the week with Kevin Shookman and Dan McClain. It's halftime, 0-0 between Cascade and North Fayette Valley. Western Dubuque leads Waterloo West 10-0. That game in the second quarter. Waverly Shellrock with a 14-0 lead over Independence in the second quarter. In the first, it's Waukon 22, Beckman 7. Also in the first quarter, Union leads Monticello 27-0. At halftime, it's East Buchanan leading Northland 14-0, and of course that final, Lisbon with a 17-0 forfeit over Starmont here tonight. So the Hawks will punt it away here as Harrison Goebel is set to punt. Back to receive for the Knights is John Basir, and there's a penalty marker down. As that punt, Goebel punted it away. It was caught by the back judge. The legal procedure against the Hawks as the back judge makes the catch and gets a nice round of applause that time. So penalty here against the Hawks special teams. Illegal procedure. As Goebel and the Hawks will try to punt it away here once again. 4th down and 15. As
they want 27 seconds put on the clock.
They want 27 seconds. There it is, 27 seconds on the clock. As Goebel will get set to punt this one away again, and they're going to say the Hawks jumped again. And the penalty marker comes out. The defensive man for Davenport Assumption, Donovan Juarez, was pointing at the Hawks, so back the Hawks up 5 more yards here. As I mentioned earlier, the Hawks trying to clean up the penalties, and there's 2 on before we've snapped the ball. And it'll be 4th and 23. As Goebel's punt is away, finally gets to punt this one away. It's going to be Wohlers at the 50-yard line. As he's going to go on the right side. He's got room down the sideline. Only one man to beat, and bringing him down. It was Goebel, but there is a penalty marker down. As a penalty marker at the 40-yard line. The Hawk fans wanted a holding call, as now our officials are going to get together and talk about it here. As Tyler Kelly, I believe, must have been the Hawk that was being held, because he was kind of pleading his case to the officials on his way by, saying they were pulling on my shoulder pad. And this is a unusually long meeting between our officials. And now our head referee's talking to the guy from the other side of the field. I don't know if they're looking for a ruling of where the ball's supposed to be placed. But here we go, as we're finally going to get the call from our official. It's going to be holding. Holding against Davenport Assumption. So that'll back them up, which after the long return, a long return by Wohlers, is thankfully coming back, as that was at the 40-yard line. They may start this drive at midfield, as there's 14 seconds left to go in this second quarter. It's 14-7. Assumption leads it, and they're going to place this ball at the 49-yard line of Davenport Assumption. As we'll see what Assumption does here with just 14 seconds remaining in this first half. As again, Assumption huddling up here to run these last couple plays here of the first half. It's been kind of a long first half for the Hawks, trailing 14-7 as Levi stands in the backfield. Wohlers is split out as a receiver along with Logan Clemmy. The back in the backfield with Levi is Seth Adrian, and now our officials talking with the Assumption coaching staff on the far side of the field. Both officials talking with head coach Wade King.
The long last minute.
This has been a long last minute of this first half. As finally we're going to get things squared away. 49-yard line, Assumption will start. 14 seconds left to go, second quarter. Levi comes set. He looks to pass. Back at his own 40. Now he's going to step up and he's going to be dropped down as the Hawks drop him. And it's Harrison Goebel getting in and helping out. He was tripped up, but a nice job there by Goebel to finish him off. And that's going to do it for the first half. The Hawks head to the locker room, trailing 14-7. We'll take a break. We'll come back with Bob Morris, Al Cole, and take a look at our Hawks in the NCAA segment right after this. You're listening to West Delaware Football from KMCH Sports.
Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory wishes all the best to the athletes and appreciates their hard work and scholastic efforts throughout the year. For personal, caring service, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Points.
Hey KMCH listeners, GMB is proud to support our area athletes and help bring the sport to you. The GMB Bank team reminds you whatever your financial goals, we're here to help you reach them. Stop by our Manchester location or visit us online at gnbbank.com. Member FDIC.
Going above and beyond is a standard of care at Above and Beyond Home Health and Hospice Care. Their compassionate staff care deeply about the comfort of their patients. A nurse is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Above and Beyond Healthcare, the more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Proudly serving Jones, Jackson, Johnson, Lynn, Clayton, and Delaware counties.
At Dupaco Community Credit Union, we know debt happens. A debt checkup from Dupaco ensures it's not costing you more than it should. With historic low interest rates, now is the time to bring your loans to Dupaco. Contact us at 563-927-6187 or visit dupaco.com.
$14-7, and joining me is West Delaware freshman head coach Bob Morris as the Hawks improved to 3-0 tonight with a 33-12 victory over Davenport Assumption. I mentioned during that first half of the varsity game that was a very good first half of football. Two very good teams playing physical football, and you guys opened it up in the second half, but that was a great freshman football game, and congratulations on the win.
Well, thanks, Jamie. Absolutely a good game, which we knew that they were going to have some good athletes over there, that we were going to be tested tonight. And the main thing was that the win is nice, but the kids improved in all facets of the game. We were able to get some other guys on the field again in a tough situation. And when you get in a close game like that, we want those guys in there to experience that a little bit. And the first half, we missed a couple opportunities, and some of that was getting used to their weak side sweep when they bring all those guys over there. And I thought the second half was just a few adjustments on that on defensively, and that was cover up the couple pass routes. They don't have a lot of plays, but what they do very well. And then offensively for us, it was just the offensive line did a great job of communicating to Coach and Warden and I where they were at in certain formations, and then we were able to go from that. And the kids did a great job blocking, and if Kale gets a little crease, he can certainly turn that into a big play.
Absolutely. And one thing I noticed watching your team, it's not, Kale Meyer does his thing, he's going to do his thing, but you have so many guys that get in on the action. Cross Underwood does a great job out there as well, and Jared Voss at the wide receiver position, or at the quarterback position. But you guys just have so many guys that are contributing to these victories, and it's fun to watch.
Well, a lot of times as you come up through 5th, 6th, and 7th, 8th grade, it's, one guy or two guys. And like I said, the wins are nice, but our job is to develop the kids for the next level. And it's a lot of times when they move somebody up, or this year with an injury to Kieran Monahan, we're able to get some other guys in positions they normally wouldn't play. And at the freshman level, we have to be 2 to 3 deep. We don't have another source to go replace someone. So the kids do a great job in practice, and they're buying into where they need to be to help the team. And it's all about the team. And so I couldn't be prouder of the effort and what they were doing out there. And even if it's 4 or 5 plays, Spencer Mullen comes in tonight when he has to make sure he hangs on the football, runs that clock out, and did a great job for us.
Well, then next week, again, another road trip down to Center Point Urbana. Last year was the first time that we've seen Center Point Urbana with the new district assignments. But another team you're not super familiar with, but you've got last year's film for sure.
Last year's film, they've got a lot of freshmen, and they got a big number of their kids. And they do a lot of things. We'll have to prepare for a lot. They like to throw the ball a lot. They certainly run a lot of sets. So we'll see a lot of a little bit of empty. We'll see a lot of trips and twins and some tight formation. But they had a real good running back last year, and usually they like to plug in an athlete back there. So we'll be prepared. I want to thank the fans for coming out tonight. We had a nice crowd for our early game. And Hawks travel well, so we expect a lot of them there at Center Point, and we'll go get them.
Tough first half for the Hawks here tonight. You're kind of in the booth. You're in the game plan and what's going on. But really, like you said, doing a lot of the things that the freshmen were doing, we need to adjust to some of those things.
Yeah, and we've talked about that a little bit on the headsets, and really pleased with the effort we're getting from the kids. They're working hard and shutting that down, and I expect us to come out and take care of business here in the second half.
All right, Bobby, thanks for joining us. 3-0 on the season, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks, Jamie.
West Delaware freshman head coach Bob Morris here at halftime. Hawks trail 14-7. We'll come back with tonight's honorary captain, Al Cole, in just a little bit. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports.
The Manchester Press is your community newspaper. Check out the sports section for game stats and photos of area players and game highlights. The Manchester Press, serving the area for over 130 years.
West Bend's home and highway policy provides you with one policy, one bill, one deductible, and one agent, all with no hassle and a portion of your annual premium back in cash if you don't have a claim. To find out more, contact your new West Bend agent, Eric Smith, at Parrott Insurance in Manchester at 927-2791.
Great food and great fun with friends. That's what's waiting for you at Beaver's Lounge in Manchester. Check out their Thursday night bucket of wings special and Friday night fish special. Beaver's also has a different lunch special every Monday through Friday. Beaver's Lounge on the corner of Main and Madison in downtown Manchester. Leave it to Beaver's to show you a good time.
Back into Brownfield, it's halftime. Hawks trail 14-7. As Jamie Vaskey back along with you, and joining me is tonight's honorary captain, Al Cole. And Al, first off, congratulations. Most of the people we talk to here for this honorary captain say it's a big honor, and I tell you what, a very deserving honor for you. So first off, I want to congratulate you on being tonight's honorary captain.
Oh, thanks, Jamie. It is an honor for all of us. You look at this coming into Brownfield every Friday night, the home game atmosphere, there's just nothing better. You can't wait to play on Brownfield.
A 1983 graduate of West Delaware High School. I bet that number just keeps seeming farther and farther away, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're starting to know some of the parents, but once they get through the ranks, you kind of figure out who they are. But few and far between. You still see some of the old gang around, but few and far between. I still enjoy coming up here.
Yeah, and you played for the Hawks and have been coming to the West Delaware games for a majority of the years since you graduated high school. And I tell you what, it's kind of a family tradition over here in the booth next to me. Is your dad, Floyd, did the PA announcing for a many number of years, and now your brother Mike does it, and you've been the spotter here since 2003. So kind of a family thing here, and it's kind of just what people are accustomed to here at Brownfield, is hearing Mike on the PA and knowing that you're back there spotting him as well. So kind of a fun little family deal, isn't it?
It is, Jamie, and I always remember when Dad told me, he says, one of them old boys up here retires, I'll get you up there. And, you know, things happened, and me and Mike are taking over for him and proud to do it.
Absolutely. Well, now you and your wife, Kim, still live here in Manchester. You work at Bowman's. She works at Rockwell, but your daughter Riley just graduated from Wartburg College and did some great things. I know I listened to her. She did some radio announcing and television stuff for Wartburg College up there, and you know, just kind of fun to watch her go through, and wrote some great stories up there as well. So you know, now she's working in Waverly, so really loved Waverly, but great school to go to, and you know, just some great opportunities for Riley especially.
It is, and we're so proud of her to watch her succeed. And you know, we watched her announce the home wrestling meets, and she learned that from Coach Foster's being stat girl for 5 years for him, and she learned it all from our wrestling program. And you know, it just goes just like it was high school. When she got up there, she just rolled right with it and did a great job. Real proud of her.
Well, Al, it's always a pleasure seeing you every Friday night up here. I always look forward to seeing you guys over there and getting to have a few conversations before, during, and after the games. And but congratulations on the honorary captain tonight. Thanks for joining me.
Yep, thanks, Jamie.
Al Cole, tonight's honorary captain. We'll take a break and come back for our Hawks in the NCAA segment. Hawks trail 14-7 here at halftime as you're listening to West Delaware football on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Newhouse Construction and Concrete is proud to support all our area athletes. Give Phil a call at 927-5178 for your commercial, ag, or residential projects, or visit newhouseconstruction.com. Newhouse Construction and Concrete turns design into reality.
Sode's Green Acre, located in Guttenberg, offers a fun shopping experience for the entire family. Retro candy, unique gifts and toys, gourmet foods, coffee and tea, top shelf spirits, craft beer and wine, plus a cafe with full bar service. Sode's Green Acre in Guttenberg. Find them on Facebook.
Our local sports teams build strong programs by mastering the fundamentals of the game. Our F&M Bank team has also built a strong foundation on mastering the fundamentals in banking, where a handshake goes a long way. You are provided clear-cut solutions to your financial questions, where you are greeted by name. This is the F&M Personal Touch. F&M Bank, the right choice, member FDIC.
Just like you take pride in your vehicle, we take pride in the service work we provide. This is John from Georgian Auto in Manchester. Whether it's routine maintenance or major repairs, we'll take care of your car and get it back on the road. Georgian Auto in Manchester, where complete automotive service and repair is our complete focus.
You may not wear glasses or contacts, but how do you know if you're seeing your best or if your eyes are healthy? Why not be proactive and get your eyes examined? Dr. Daniel E. Mersch and his professional staff at Manchester Family Vision can help. Call 563-927-3682 to schedule an appointment. Manchester Family Vision Center wishes all the local sports teams best of luck this season. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes.
Contact me, Chad Frazier, at BC Land Services in Earlville for all your maintenance projects such as tree removal and trimming, small dirt work projects, lawn seeding, and more. BC Land Services is fully insured and licensed. Contact me at 563-590-8074 or on Facebook. And best of luck to all area athletes and coaches.
Back into Brownfield, it's halftime. Hawks trail 14-7 as we take a look at our Hawks in the NCAA segment. As we start with our our college schedule for tomorrow, as we mentioned, it's the Cy-Hawk series continues tomorrow as the Hawkeyes will head to Jack Trice Stadium and take on Iowa State, an 11 o'clock kick. You can hear that game right here on KMCH. As best wishes and best recovery to former West Delaware Hawk 2017 graduate John Nagel down at Iowa State. Had surgery, I believe it was today was his surgery, and out of everything went well and he's recovering, so we wish him the best of luck in that recovery. We'll make our predictions for that game after our game here tonight in West Delaware. Again, that's Iowa and Iowa State, an 11 o'clock kickoff tomorrow from Jack Trice Stadium. UNI Panthers fell last week. As should mention, both those teams 1-0 on the season, as Iowa State defeated UNI last week 42-24. The Hawkeyes defeated Wyoming 24-3. Adam Reth in that game for the UNI Panthers. He's a 2013 West Delaware graduate. He had 7 total tackles and a half a tackle for loss in that game against Iowa State. They will come home to the Unidome tomorrow with a 4 o'clock kick against Cal Poly. Again, they are 0-1 to start the season. Upper Iowa Peacocks were victorious last Thursday, 44-7 at Minnesota Crookston. They're 1-0, as tomorrow they will host Minnesota Duluth. That is a 107 kick from Harms Eichscheid Stadium in Fayette. In that game, Brent Lammers, 18 for 29, 187 yards, 1 touchdown. He had 4 carries and 110 rushing yards against Minnesota Crookston. Sam Maloney and the Loras College Dewhawks, they're 1-0 after a 41-9 victory at Elmhurst last week. They return home tomorrow, and they'll take on Aurora College. That is a 1 o'clock kickoff in Dubuque. Maloney did not play in that game. He's a 2016 graduate of West Delaware, sophomore at Loras College. Max Ridenauer, a sophomore at Coe College, and a 2016 West Delaware graduate, plays for the Coe-Hawks. They were victorious 13-9 over University of Wisconsin River Falls last week. They are 1-0, and they return home tomorrow to take on Cornell College tomorrow. That is a 1 o'clock kickoff for the Coe-Hawks. And the Iowa Central football team, Caleb Sparks, a freshman for them, a 2017 graduate of West Delaware. They're now 0-2 after a 28-20 loss against Dodge City Community College last week. Tomorrow they will hit the road and take on Ellsworth Community College. That is a 12 o'clock kick for the Iowa Central Tritons. And Bill Logan, that is a look at our Hawks in the NCAA segment, as Bill Logan has returned from the West Delaware locker room. Bill, tough first half for the Hawks, still trying to get things figured out defensively, especially what Assumption is trying to do, but trying to just make some things happen. They've had shown some good things on offense, but just can't seem to sustain those drives that you'd like to see.
Well, the Hawks' biggest thing, they got to overcome those 2 turnovers in the first quarter. Just kind of got the momentum going to Assumption side of the field, but the Hawks did a nice job of fighting back. Assumption's got a couple playmakers. I told you off the air in the pregame, got to watch out for number 3 and number 22. And that's pretty much what their team is, revolve around those 2 guys, and they are both great athletes, great players for Davenport Assumption. And they've got to put it to the Hawks a little bit here. So we're talking about maybe the team is going to be the most physical team would be come out of this game, and that's what's happened so far. I think Davenport's been a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more physical than the Hawks have been. The Hawks got to clean up the tackle a little bit. The same thing they did last week. Just a little weak on the tackling, so hopefully they get a little adjustments there. So coaching staff, they do a tremendous job at halftime doing that. So stat-wise, first half, Davenport Assumption, 30 carries for 130 yards. Wohlers, 17 carries for 75 yards. Levy, the quarterback, 40 yards on 11 carries. So pretty much a 1-2 punch right there. Passing 8 out of 13, 96 yards. So 226 yards of offense for Assumption in that first half. So a nice offensive production for Davenport Assumption. You look at their 2 stats, the first 2 games, and they didn't get a lot of yards, so they've done a nice job of opening up that offense. For the West Delaware Hawks, 18 rushes for 113 yards. Chad Curley, 72 yards on 10 carries. Brees, 32 yards on 5 carries, leading the Hawks. 4 out of 10 passing with 1 interception on a tip pass, 45 yards. 158 yards pass or total offense. So Hawks about 70 yards behind, but you take a look at it, total plays, Hawks are behind 15 plays in total plays. And the time of possession is heavily favoring Assumption. So Assumption's going to get the ball right away here in the third quarter. So the Hawks definitely got to shut them down here this first possession and get that momentum got back on this side of Brownfield.
Well, now, Bill, I've been guilty of calling players and wrestlers by their siblings' names, but I've never called a player by his father's name. That
I have many times.
Chad Curley was
Well, I talked to Chad after. That's why.
Thanks a lot, buddy boys.
Yeah.
And Caleb Curley, not Chad Curley. But
I had to see, right?
That just means you're getting older, buddy boy.
Way to go, Chad. Nice game tonight.
All right, buddy boy. Have a good second half.
Yeah, you guys too.
Bill Logan down on the West Delaware sideline tonight and every night as we'll take a break, come back with the start of the second half. Hawks trail 14-7. Assumption gets the ball to start the second half, and we're back after this from KMCH Sports.
Since 1995, Edgewood Feed Mill Construction has provided customers with a quality, pre-engineered building package for their swine facility needs. Edgewood Feed Mill Construction is a general contractor and will assist you with the construction of your livestock facility, start to finish. For more information on Edgewood Feed Mill Construction, contact Steve Harris at 563-920-7835.
This is Fred Smock from Dunlap Motors and Independence with Chevy, Buick, and certified pre-owned Chevy, Buick, and GMC, and nearly 300 new and used cars and trucks in stock. We have big town inventory with small town service. Go to DunlapMotorsIndy.com.
At Precision Collision, we are committed to providing you with high-quality auto body repair and paint refinishing. Our expertly trained technicians can repair all accidental damage and get you back on the road in no time. Come visit me, Jeff, for a free estimate. We are located along Highway 20 at the Delaware Turnoff. Precision Collision, one call does it all, quality guaranteed.
Bob Stephen Motors in Manchester proudly supports all area athletes. Bob Stephen Motors is your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. Visit them on the web at bobstephenmotors.com.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. It takes the right financial partner who cares as much about your future as you do, building a financial plan to meet your life's priorities and helping you achieve the financial security you're after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact me, Mitch Payton, or Matt Schulte today. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
Back into Brown Field to start this second half. 14-7. Davenport Assumption leads it here as we're about to start this second half. Assumption will receive the second half kickoff as it'll be Ryan Wohlers and Jace Levi. The battery of the offense, quarterback and running back, also deep to receive this kick for the Knights as again they lead 14-7. As I believe it's going to be Derek Krogman to kick off here. It is. Said Derek Krogman last week, and they snuck little Mitchell Mangold out there on me, so I got to keep an eye on that as well. Again, thanks to Al Cole for joining us here at halftime. Always great to talk to him. Again, we get to see these guys every week up here, Aaron, in the press box, and it's almost kind of like a little family. We even cook for each other up here, so a great honor for Al Cole tonight.
Absolutely, and Al does a heck of a job and heck of a nice guy, and just it's a pleasure being up here in the same booth with him.
As this kick by Krogman is going to be taken by one of the upmen at the 32-yard line. He's down at the 35. As that was Logan Clemmy who came up with that one, and the Knights will start 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Well, I think Bill hit the nail on the head. You know, this even though it's the first possession of the second half, it's a big one. You know, the Hawks started to move the ball, and that toward the latter part of that first half, and so you'd like to see the offense get back on there and tie this thing up here as soon as possible. So hopefully this defense can come out and get a 3-and-out here quick.
Levi comes set, two backs beside him. It's Adrian and Wohlers. They give to Wohlers 1st and 10. He's off to the right side. He's going to be wrapped up after a gain of 4 on that play, as Ben Ridenauer wraps him up and brings him down to the grass. As if he's going to pick up 5 right at the 40-yard line, so he'll pick up a 5 yards there. And it's 2nd down and 5 for the Assumption Knights. They had a good first half, a lot of first downs. 11 first downs in that first half, 8 on the ground, 2 from the air, and 1 by penalty. As I see Bill checking his stats to make sure I'm correct, as I must be off one, as they give this time the ball carrier is Jace Levi. He keeps it himself as he picks up a first down. As a nice run as he carries it across midfield to the 49 of West Delaware. As it's 1st and 10 at the Hawk 49-yard line. As his Knights come out, 11:05 remaining in this third quarter. Hawks trail 14-7. to 7. Levi comes set. Shotgun formation. Wohlers goes in motion from right to left as they go from our right to our left. They will pass. Clemming's got it at the 48-yard line. He's going to be drug out of bounds. Tyler Kelly drives him out of bounds at the about the 44-yard line. As nice pursuit there by Kelly as he got right over to Clemmy. He had a lot of open room, but Tyler Kelly closed that gap in a hurry.
Yeah, he did a nice job of closing in on Clemmy and not letting him pick up more than the 5 that he got. So kind of an unusual play. It looked like Levi was going to tuck the ball and run with it, and instead he spun around and dumped it off to Clemmy there for the 5-yard gain. So
gain of 5 brings up 2nd down and 5. Levi comes set. They send Wohlers in motion again, right to left. They hand off to Adrian up the middle. He's going to pick up enough for the 1st down. Drew Wubina. Looks like Wubina, and also coming in was Harrison Goebel to help out on that one for the Hawks, but it is a 1st down for Assumption as they have it down to the West Delaware 37-yard line now. So this Hawk defense had a big stop at the end of that 2nd quarter to get the ball back, but weren't able to capitalize on it. See if they can come up with something here. 1st and 10 for the night. Levi with 2 backs beside him. One is Wohlers. They give to him off the right side, the sweep, and he's going to be wrapped up. As coming up and making that stop was Justin Brown for the Hawks. And it's hard because he's picking up 5 yards. It looks like the Hawks are stopping him pretty quick, but he's already 5 yards up the field, and he gets 5 more there. It's 2nd down and 5 for the night.
Well, we talked about in the first half, once he gets those first couple of yards, his momentum, he's a bigger back, so that momentum is dragging him forward the next 2 or 3, so that's your 5-6 yards right there.
They're going to hand to Wohlers on, he pulls it.
There we go.
Levi pulls it at the 30-yard line. He's going to pick up 2. Coming up and making the stop for the Hawks that time was Adam Andrick. After a gain of 3 yards, it's going to be 3rd down and 3. So just give him 2 yards as he's down to the West Delaware 30. It's 3rd down and 3. Hawks trail 14-7. 8:45 left to go, 3rd quarter. Levi comes set. Shotgun formation, 2 backs beside him. Wohlers and Adrian. They give us to Wohlers. He goes to the left. He's wrapped up, but he fights through the first tackler, and he's going to pick up enough for the 1st down. Is coming up, making the stop for the Hawks was Logan Wynn, but not before Ryan Wohlers picks up another 1st down for the Assumption Knights that time.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to maybe drop him for no gain, and he just kind of kept his legs moving and picked up the 4 or 5 yards there to get the 1st down. So you're right. He's probably one of the better backs that the Hawks are going to see this year.
As they come set again, 1st down and 10, ball at the West Delaware 25-yard line. Levi comes set, gives to Wohlers, right side this time, cuts back up the middle, and he gets into that 2nd level of the Hawks, and Harrison Goebel's going to bring him down around nearing the 10-yard line now. He's going to have enough for another 1st down. And Wohlers, looking at his stats coming in, just 30 carries on the season, 135 yards, 4.5 yards per carry. It makes sense because that's what they do. They give it to him, and he barrels forward. Even when he's going to get stopped, he still manages 4 or 5 yards a carry. So we're seeing why his numbers look, 30 carries for 135, but just 4 or 5 yards a carry, and that's what he's been able to do tonight. 1st and 10 at the West Delaware 13. They fake to Wohlers, and they're going to give it. Levi's going to keep it himself. And Justin Brown scoots across that line of scrimmage and brings him down after little to no gain there. As it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Knights.
And, Bill talked about time of possession, too. Davenport Assumption got the kickoff to start the 2nd half, and they're working on a 5-minute drive right now.
As they come set again, Levi, shotgun formation. They send Wohlers in motion. They give to him. He cuts back in the middle. Nice tackle there. As it's Jared Helly and Justin Brown that combine on the stop there. Helly kind of wrapped him up, and Brown came in and laid the hit on him. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Another no gain that time by Ryan Wohlers. Third down and 10 for Assumption. Ball at the West Delaware 13-yard line. Assumption leading 14-7 with 6:35 left to go in this third quarter. Levi looks to pass. He's got a man wide open, and he drops it. Had his man as Logan Wynn was late getting over there, but Nick Gotilla dropped what would have been a first down for the Knights. Goes incomplete, and it's 4th and 10. It looks like the Knights will send out the field goal unit. They will. This is going to be Nate McMullen, as McMullen is 1 for 2 on the season with a long of 22. This one will be 30, and it's no good. A low kick, and is no good. So the Hawks avoid that first big drive by the Knights there, and they will take over 1st and 10. As they will get it at their own 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Hawks, their first drive of this second half. They come set, 2 receivers to the left, pistol formation. Behind Casey is Curley. They give to him. He cuts back up the middle. Nice little run there as he's still pushing forward and picks up 5. Picks up 5 yards that time, and it'll be 2nd down and 5 for Caleb Curley and the Hawks as Antonio Santillan makes a stop for Assumption. 6 minutes remain in the third quarter. Casey gives to Curley again. He's trying to get to the right side. He's going to bust through to the 30, and he goes down at the 35. Nice run there by Caleb Curley. And that'll be good for a West Delaware first down. So nice job running the ball to start this second half for the Hawks.
And Curley does a nice job there, Jamie, of kind of running with the flow of traffic a little bit and then just finding a little seam there to pick up those extra 3-4 yards. And so nice job of running here by Caleb Curley in the second half.
1st and 10, they send Mangold in motion. They give to Curley up the middle. And he's running tough out there tonight as he pushes forward to the 39-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 3. Again, that play looked like it wasn't going to go anywhere, and Curley just pushed forward, got a good push, and was able to pick up 3 yards. It's 2nd down and 7 for the Hawks. 5:23 left to go, third quarter. Hawks trail 14-7. As Casey comes set, trips receivers to the left. He gives to Curley again up the middle, and he's going to bounce down at the 41-yard line, so he'll pick up 2. Pick up 2 yards there. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Hawks. As a new Assumption player checks into the ball game here. Has 3 receivers to the left for the Hawks. Curley in the backfield. Casey looks to pass. Hard snap. He comes up with it and tries to fire it into the receiver, Tyler Kelly, that time. On the coverage was Adam Mativier. And it falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 5 for the Hawks. As the Hawks, we may see Nick Casey punt this one away. The Hawks have their offense on the field. As Casey will punt this one away. A nice punt. Nobody deep to receive for the Knights. It bounces at the 25. As Cabron Cook will pick it up at the 23-yard line. And that's where the Knights will take over 1st and 10. There is a penalty marker down at the 41-yard line of Assumption here. As 2 officials getting together and discussing the penalty here. As we await the call from our head referee here. A lot of discussions between our officials tonight. You might expect this in week 1 or 2, but start a district play. Personal foul against the Hawks. Not sure what it was. I did not see it.
It looks like Coach Wink is going to get an explanation here.
He's not arguing the explanation. So after the penalty, That'll be a 15-yard penalty against the Hawks. It'll bring the ball up to the Assumption 38, and that's where they will start 1st and 10 on this drive. As the Hawks trailing this game 14-7. There's 4.5 minutes remaining in this third quarter as Jace Levi comes set. They send Clemmy in motion. He gives to Clemmy to the right side, and he's going to be brought down, Drew Wobena, but he's still fighting forward for yards. He's going to pick up 6 or 7 on that run as Wobena wrapped him up, but Clemmy just continued to fight through that tackle and picks up 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4, ball at the 44-yard line. Here in this third quarter. Don't forget, as we mentioned earlier, our area online and playback game of the week going on right now is Cascade at North Fayette Valley tonight. Kevin Shookman, Dan McClain with a call. They give us to Wohlers here, and he gets up the line. I think he ran into his own player, and he made the tackle. Harrison Goebel was right there, but a pickup of 1 yard there to the 45 will bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Knights. As Wohlers again trying to run off that right side, ran right into the back of Donovan Juarez and was brought down on that collision there. 3rd and 3 for the Knights. 3 receivers to the left, 1 back in the backfield. It's Wohlers. They give to him up the middle, and he gets the 1st down, still pushing forward. Justin Brown finally wraps him up and brings him backwards, but they're going to give him forward progress at the West Delaware 49-yard line. So that'll be another Assumption 1st down that time on the run by Ryan Wohlers.
Man, I tell you what, man, when he gets a full head of steam, he's a tough back to bring down. It's just that line's done a good job for him tonight of opening up some holes and stuff, and Wohlers has done a good job of keeping the legs moving and not going down without falling forward for a couple extra yards.
3 receivers to the left this time, 1 to the right for Jace Levi. The back is Wohlers beside him. He quick pass out to Clemmy, but there's a penalty marker down. I believe it's going to be a legal procedure against the Knights. That it is, so a penalty against them. Their 6th offensive penalty of this ball game. As it'll now back them up 1st and 15, back at their own 46-yard line now. Again, the Hawks trailing Davenport Assumption 14-7, 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in this third quarter. As the Knights will come set, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. As Levi comes set, he looks to pass, and now he's going to step up and run, and he's going to be sacked. Nice job that time by the Hawks getting in there. And the Hawk coming up and making the tackle that time was Hunter Zeeser. As Zeeser brings him back with a loss back to the 44-yard line now. It'll be 2nd down and long now for the Knights. 2nd and 17 from their own 44-yard line.
You just feel like the pace of the game, Jamie, it just feels like the Hawks are down 2 or 3 scores, but the reality is they're down 14-7. A big play here.
A lot of people moving that time, and there's the 6th offensive penalty for the Knights in this game. I knew there were 6. As that'll be back them up 5 more yards. It'll be 2nd and 22.
You're the only mind reader I know that doesn't wear a turban.
As it'll be now 2nd and 22. Clock continues to run here. 1:40 left to go, third quarter. Assumption leading 14-7. Levi comes set, sends a man in motion. This is Clemmy. They're going to have pass. This time is looking down the field as he's looking for Clemmy down the field. Gavin Soppe overshoots him. Soppe was the nearest player to that ball, the safety for the Hawks, and it went just over his outstretched arms. That would have been a heck of a catch by Gavin Soppe, but it falls incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 22 for the Knights.
And here you go, Jamie. 3rd and long. Let's get a stop here. Hopefully, they can keep them from picking up anything sizable to make it a 4th and less than 10 or whatever, so that the Hawks can. Now they're talking a field position game now where.
Besides the kick returns that the Hawks have had, they haven't had good field position in this ball game. As Levi comes set, they fake the handoff and a penalty marker down as this West Delaware crowd starts getting into it a little bit here. As it's an illegal shift against Davenport Assumption. Back them up 5 more. It'll be 3rd and 27 now. As the ball now back to the Assumption 34-yard line. As this defense for the Hawks like to see a big stop here and get a punt, get a good return, try to get something going on offense. They had to punt it away their first drive of the second half. Levi comes set. He looks to pass. He's under pressure. He throws downfield, and it's going to be intercepted. Intercepted out there. It's Mitchell Mangold on the interception for the Hawks, and the Hawks will take over on that interception, a diving interception by Mitchell Mangold. His first of the season, and the Hawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Yeah, just a great diving effort by Mangold there. He was full extension there to haul that interception in. So that's the momentum. That's the turnover we've been waiting for by the Hawks, and now they got it. So now it's time that this offense uses it, takes it down, and punches in another touchdown.
They trail 14-7. There's 1:17 left to go in this third quarter. Casey comes set. Power formation for the Hawks. They give us to Brees. He barrels up the middle, and he's fighting forward to the 38-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 by Jordan Brees. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Now we see that power formation. Need the offense to get going here, especially after the big momentum from that interception, and a gain of 4 on 1st down by Jordan Brees. And they're going to go quick pass across the middle. He's got Mangold at the 48-yard line. He's across midfield, 40. He's going to be down to the Assumption 37-yard line. 1st and 10 Hawks on the nice catch and run by Mitchell Mangold.
Yeah, nice job by Mangold of watching the ball in before taking off and running. He watched it in, took it, and gained an extra 15 yards there, found a seam in the middle of the field, and just took it the extra, like I said, 10 or 15 yards. So Hawk offense is in business now here late in the third quarter.
They sold me on the run to Brees. There's a great play action that time by the Hawks as Casey comes set. Now they give to Brees, and he's met at the line but fights off one, and he's just barreling forward down to the 35-yard line. They're going to give him the 36-yard line. Nope, right at the 35. A gain of 2 by Jordan Brees that time. It'll be 2nd down and 8. As Brees was met at the line, just kind of sidestepped the would-be tackler and barrels forward for 2 yards as Casey comes set again, 2nd and 8. He looks to pass. He's rolling to his right. One man out there as could have been a holding call there, but no call by our officials as he was looking for Tyler Kelly was Nick Casey. There's a flag on that far side of the field. I'm really hoping that official didn't make this call over here.
That's what I was thinking.
As we'll see what the penalty is. As the call that we saw over here and the Assumption fans saw was on this side of the field, but the flag is over on the far side of the field. There's again a long discussion.
Okay.
As a sideline warning against the Assumption Knights. And again, that's a point of emphasis this year, is keeping coaches off the sideline. But that's going to do it for our third quarter. The Hawks trail 14-7. We'll take a break and come back for the start of the fourth right after this from KMCH Sports.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you.
Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa, located at 225 West Main Street in Manchester and 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton.
This is Phil from Gateway Appliance in Manchester. When you need service, call us. If it's time for a new appliance, we have the selection you're looking for. Gateway Appliance Sales and Service, 111 West Main Street in Manchester. Or find us online at gateway.biz. That's G, the number 8, WAY.biz, and on Facebook.
Back into Brown Field, we go to the fourth quarter. Assumption leading 14-7, but West Delaware is 3rd and 8 from the Assumption 35. The fake to Brees. Casey keeps it himself. There was kind of a collision at the line between Brees and Casey, but it's Antonio Santillan that makes the stop. After a gain of 3, they're going to give it to the Hawks at the Assumption 34-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 7. They only give him 1 on that play. As the Hawks getting the play from Coach Wink, they will go for it here. 4th down and 7 for the Hawks. Nick Casey comes set, pistol formation. They fake. They're going to throw across, and it's going to be intercepted. Was looking for Cabron Cook, and coming up with the interception was Adam Mativier, excuse me. And there's a penalty marker down. It'll be after the interception. They tried just a little lob pass to Cook, but it was picked off by Mativier. And now a penalty marker down. And with that brings another discussion from our officials. As, again, while we wait for our call from our official, block in the back against the Knights. So that's after the interception. The penalty against the Assumption defense there after the interception, and now it'll be 1st and 10. They'll have it at their own 17-yard line. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, Coach's Corner with Kevin Shookman. Bill Logan will talk with West Delaware head coach Doug Winkowich in the Coach's Corner tomorrow at 9 o'clock, and then followed by the Iowa pregame show in progress. And then it'll be Iowa versus Iowa State football, 11 o'clock with Gary Dolphin, Ed Podolak, Robbie Brooks, and the Hawkeye Radio Network right here on KMCH. So 1st and 10 for Davenport Assumption. They give to Wohlers on that sweep to the left side. He's wrapped up. Nice job coming over and finishing him off that time was Grant Morris. As Morris drops Wohlers after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. 11 minutes remaining here in this ball game. And Davenport Assumption with a 14-7 lead. And this is where the Hawks can ill afford one of those long Assumption drives here, as the time of possession is definitely in Assumption's favor here in this ball game. As the Knights come set, Levi, they're going to fake the snap, a direct snap. Ball's on the ground, and I think the Hawks have it. The Hawks have recovered. As there's a fight at the bottom of the pile, but the Hawks have it. We'll see who it is. As coming up with that for the Hawks on the fumble recovery was Hunter Zeezer. Came up with the fumble recovery for the Hawks, and the Hawks will take over 1st and 10 at the Assumption 26-yard line.
Yet another big play that they needed, Jamie. They got that the turnover on the Assumption side of the field. And boy, man, this is just gift wrapped right here. This would be a perfect opportunity to have the Hawks punch one in here quick.
I formation. The Hawks go under center. We haven't seen this. They give to the fullback. That's Brees, and he's met at the line immediately for no gain. As coming up, making the play and coming up a little limp on that play was Nate Hempel. So no gain on that play for the Hawks. It'll be 2nd down and 10 here. Ball at the 21 of Assumption, and the Hawks again come out of the I formation. Curley, the deep back for the Hawks. Under center is Casey. They give to Curley up the middle. He fights forward down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. Is coming up and making the stop was Donovan Juarez. So it'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Hawks coming up. Now they're going to give him 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6. here with 9:45 left to go in this fourth quarter. Hawks trail by a touchdown, 14-7. As they come set I formation once again. Curley the deep back, Brees the fullback. They give to Curley up the middle, and nothing doing. As met at the line again was Caleb Curley. Little to no game as Antonio Santillan makes the stop. And he loses a yard. It'll be 4th down and 7 for the Hawks. As the Hawks coming out, showing a formation we have not seen yet this season. And Coach Wink wants a timeout, and they will discuss this upcoming 4th down and 7 play. 9:02 left to go. Hawks trail 14-7. We're back after this from KMCH Sports.
Anderson is the leader in doors and windows. They set the bar high with high-performing, dependable, energy-efficient products for your renovation and building projects. Contact your local vendor, Delhi Lumber, at 922-2404 for all of your window needs. Delhi Lumber, your authorized Anderson Windows dealer, big-town quality with small-town service.
This is Dr. Tim Collier from Dental Associates of Manchester. We take pride in the environment we provide our patients with a caring attitude and unsurpassed comfort. For the kind, compassionate, and competent dental care you deserve, call us at 927-GRIN. Dental Associates of Manchester, creating healthy smiles for life.
Jay's Auto Supercenter in Manchester has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. That's Jay's Auto. Customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
Jay's Auto!
Back into Brownfield, Jamie Vasky, Aaron Plain, Bill Logan along with you. 4th down and 7, Hawks trail 14-7. 9:02 left to go in this fourth quarter. The Hawks will go for it. They come out in the I formation. 2 receivers to the left. Nick Casey under center. He looks to pass. He's going to his left, and he's got a man out there, and it is, was it Kelly? Yep. Tyler Kelly on the reception, and it's good for a Hawk first down. It'll be 1st and goal, West Delaware. As they get the first down, 1st and 10 at the 5-yard line. Great call by the Hawks coaching staff.
Great call and great throw by Casey. He had to throw that clear across the other side of the field, and he threw it right on the money to Kelly.
I formation, Brees the fullback, Curley the tailback. They give it to Curley up the middle. He's fighting for it. He's near the goal line, and he's going to be down at about the 1-yard line, maybe the 2. Curley just short of the goal line that time. The Hawks trying to get on the board and try to become an extra point away from tying this thing up. I formation as there's a penalty down, I think, before the Hawks snapped it. As again, the Assumption defense pointing at the Hawks, jumping the snap a little early. It'll be a legal procedure against the Hawks.
I still like that option. You have Tyler Kelly out here, basically single coverage. You know, that's been open. You know, they can get that anytime they want. I'd like to see them maybe look to exploit that a little bit more.
2nd and goal at the 6. They come set in the I again. Under center is Casey. They're going to give to a man around, and that's going to be Grant Morris in for the Hawk touchdown. Grant Morris winning motion. He comes around and goes in for the 6-yard touchdown run for the Hawks. And they make it 14-13. Again, Grant Morris in the slot, goes in motion, and scores the touchdown with 8:20 left to go in the ball game.
Yeah, great play call there. You just brought Grant around. Davenport Assumption was not expecting that.
And the Hawks jump again. On the extra point attempt, the Hawks jump, and it'll be a 5-yard penalty. Illegal procedure against the Hawks as Caleb Zier on for the all-important point after for the Hawks. Trying to tie this game at 14. So they'll reset it. Mitchell Mangold will hold. This kick attempt by Caleb Zier. Zier's kick is up. It's long enough, and it is good. Hawks tie it up, 14-14 with 8:20 left to go in the ball game. We will take a break and come back. You're listening
to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports.
Hi, this is Jamie Vaskey at Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester, encouraging you to plan ahead. Have us check your heating or air conditioning unit before you need it. For residential or commercial plumbing and heating needs and top quality Lennox furnaces and heating units, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street in Manchester, or give us a call at 927-2232.
Family fun and great food await you at Lightning Lanes Family Center and Captain and Tennille's Sports Bar. Come out for a fun night of bowling or watch the big game on their 10-foot HD big screen. And of course, great food and your favorite beverages. Lightning Lanes Family Center and Captain and Tennille's Sports Bar on East Main in Manchester.
Along with in-studio producer Ashley Bramey, Jamie Vaskey, Aaron Bleen, Bill Logan back with you. Hawks have tied it 14-14 with 8 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in this ball game. Don't forget, stay tuned after the game for the Okoboji Grill post-game show, brought to you by Okoboji Grill and Independence. Okoboji Grill, where good friends meet. The Hawks will kick off. It'll be Derek Krogman to kick off for West Delaware here, as the Hawks have just tied it, and Krogman's kick is away. It's going to be taken by the deep man. I believe this is Jace Levi, and he's got some room, and he's going to be finally brought down. I believe it was Caleb Curley who was finally able to bring him down at about the 45, 46-yard line.
And that touchdown drive, Jamie, by the Hawks off the fumble recovery by the Hawks. 6 plays, 26 yards, took 2 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock. Grant Morris with the 6-yard touchdown run, plus the extra point, ties this game up 14-14 with 8 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
What a way to start district play here tonight, Aaron. A tie ball game, 14-14. Assumption comes set with 8:13 left to go in this game. They send Wohlers in motion. They're going to roll to the right, and Wohlers is open. And there he goes. Going under pressure. Going down. Here's Levi. The ball's on the ground, but he's going to be called down. Derek Krogman with the sack for the Hawks, all the way back to the Assumption 37-yard line. What a play, what pursuit by Derek Krogman.
Well, the beauty of that, Jamie, is he fought through the blocker to get to the quarterback. So that was just a great individual effort by Derek Krogman of plowing through the offensive lineman to get to the quarterback and then drop them for a huge loss.
And Wohlers again open on that little wheel route that he was running, as it'll be second down. Second down and 19 for Assumption at their own 37. Levi comes set. 2 backs beside him, shotgun formation. They fake the handoff. They're going to throw. He throws downfield, overshoots everybody. Almost picked off by Tyler Kelly, but it falls incomplete. And this is a good situation to put Davenport Assumption in. Third down and long. They're not used to going with the deep balls. Nope. They like to get 4 or 5 yards of carry out of Ryan Wohlers, but can't do that here.
No, and in terms of throwing the ball, they've maybe hit one vertical pass play all game. They're same thing with the running. They want to do the 7 or 8 yards and then let them pick it up via advancing it from there. So Hawks should be in good shape here, hopefully.
3rd and 19. Levi looks to pass. Looking downfield, he's got his man out there. It's Clemming, and he makes a great catch at the 30 of West Delaware. Drew Wobena finally brings him down at the 22-yard line. Wobena finally brings him down, and he's slow to get up. But it's going to be a first down for Assumption on a great catch. A little tip drill there by Logan Clemming, and he makes the catch. And it'll be 1st and 10 Assumption at the West Delaware 22. And then Assumption quickly comes back. They have Adrian in the backfield. They're going to run Levi to the left side. He cuts back in the middle. Jared Helly's going to bring him down at the 20. There'll be a gain of 2 yards that time by Jace Levi and bring up second down and 8. 6:50 left to go in this fourth quarter. And this game is all tied up 14-14. Because I'm not sure. Can you get up and point a first down in high school football?
I don't know.
I'm not sure if you can. I just saw it, but it's going to be second down and 8 for the Knights. They're going to give to Wohlers, left side. He's going to fight forward. He cuts back, and the Hawks are trying to jump on his back and bring him down. There's a penalty marker down. as Drew Wibena brings him down, but we'll see what the penalty is here, as it was when Wohlers was going through, so I didn't see a hold. Could be a hold or maybe potentially a face mask against the Hawks, as it was when Wohlers was going through the line. And again, our officials talking it over. Be face mask against the Hawks. Yes, it is. So that'll be a penalty against the West Delaware defense here. So after tying it up, they're giving up the lead. Assumption has quickly marched down the field after a big sack by Derek Krogman. A big play to Logan Clemmy down the sideline has Assumption first and goal at the West Delaware 6-yard line. Be a good time for another turnover for the Hawks. 6:25 remaining in this ball game, and this game is tied up 14-14. As they come set, they hurry to the line. Levi hands to Wohlers up the middle, and I don't think everybody was set, as there's a penalty marker down. This game has been full of penalties, most notably in this second half. As this will be against Davenport Assumption. It'll be a legal shift against the Knights. Their 8th offensive penalty of this ball game. As they come set, first and goal at the 11-yard line. After that 5-yard walk-off on the illegal shift, the Knights will come to the line. And Levi directing traffic. 2 backs. It's going to be Adrian and Wohlers. They're going to roll to his right as Jace Levi throws. He's got Clemmy at the 5. Got to try to bring him down. He reaches for the goal line, and he's going to be brought down at about the 1-yard line as Mitchell Mangold brings him down. It'll be second down and goal from the 1 for Assumption. So the Hawks have a tall task in front of them here, trying to stop this Assumption drive. Second down and goal from the 1-yard line. As the Knights come out of the huddle, taking their time, they're going to come with 3 backs in the backfield as they're going to give to Wohlers, but somebody moved again as a penalty marker down. Now another penalty, as that's probably going to be against the Hawks. So now there are 2 penalties down, as I believe Harrison Goebel gave that lineman a shove after the play was blown dead. And another conference by our officials here, all 4 of them, and they're missing one, get together and discuss this penalty. As this game, 2 hours and 8 minutes old here, a lot of penalties as our officials standing at the 5-yard line.
Well, there's going to be 2 penalties on here. I think Davenport's going to get penalized 5 for the first one, and then we're going to get a dead ball, personal foul probably on a late push. Oh, offside are going both on the Hawks.
So both of them will be on the Hawks. So it's pretty hard to go anywhere farther than the 1-yard line. They'll put it at the half-yard line. So it'll be second down and goal from the half-yard line here for Assumption. As the Hawks jumped outside, this ballgame's tied 14-14 with 5:28 left to go in the fourth quarter. As Assumption comes set, we've seen when they've come to these situations, they hurry to the line and snap the ball really quick, as they're going to do that here. As Levi will come set. Again, 3 backs. Wohlers the deep back as he barrels forward, and it's going to be close. Ball's on the ground. The Hawks have picked it up. The Hawks have picked it up. First and 10. West Delaware. It's a dead ball and a collision. A collision. It's down at the 1-yard line. Harrison Goebel picked it up and was running down the field. It's going to be first and 10 West Delaware at the 1-yard line. The Hawks get the fumble. First and 10 at the 1. As down the field, after the play was dead, the Hawks were celebrating on the sideline in a collision between Harrison Goebel and Reed Hogan coming onto the field. But it'll be first and 10 Hawks at the 1-yard line. What a stop by the Hawks, as I'm not sure Wohlers was trying to reach for the goal line, and the Hawks swatted it away, and Harrison Goebel picked it up. They called him down on the 1-yard line. Coach Winkowicz was arguing that he was not down on the goal line.
Oh, man. What a turn of events.
But it's going to be 1st and 10, Hawks at their own 1-yard line with a tie ball game, 14-14, with 5:19 left to go. That's the turnover the Hawks needed right there.
Right at the one. They couldn't have been any closer. That's right at the 1-yard line.
We wanted that penalty. We didn't want to do it from the 1. We wanted to do it from the half-yard line, and that's where the ball continues to be here, as the Hawks could hurry to the line. Assumption was not ready, and now Wade King is talking to the officials on the far sideline. As again, another discussion. As Coach King, Wade King, not happy, not our Coach King, not Tom King, Wade King, the head coach for Assumption, not happy with the explanation he got. And now we're finally going to get to play football again as the Hawks come set, pistol formation. Under center is Casey, trying to give the Hawks some breathing room here, and he's going to fight forward, and I don't think he got anything. It's not going to be a safety. He was falling forward. So Casey will bring it out to maybe the 2-yard line. As Santillan makes the stop for the Knights, as now they're going to bring in the power package by the Hawks as Goebel, Brees, and Grant Morris check into the ball game now. As the Hawks, it looks like, see what they do here. If they'll go back out of that I formation, they will, as Curley is the deep back for the Hawks this time, as Casey is under center. They're going to give to Curley, right side. He's got to get out of the end zone, and he does, and he's got a little bit of room, and the Hawks will be out near the 9-yard line. Nice run there. Be about the 8-yard line as Curley, a nice run that time, gets the Hawks a little bit of breathing room. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
And a much more manageable 3rd down here for the Hawks.
I formation once again for the Hawks. Brees, the fullback. Curley, the tailback. Under center is Casey. They give to Brees up the middle. He fights forward, gets to the 10-yard line. As he gets to the 10, it'll be 4th down for the Hawks. 4th and very short. As it's going to be 4th down and inches for the Hawks. 4 minutes left to go in this 4th quarter. Let's see what Coach Wink wants to do. He may call a timeout here. May run the play clock down. Well, he's going to send the play in with 10 seconds left to go on the play clock. The Hawks will hurry to the line. I formation. And somebody jumped. I think it might have. We'll see who it's against. Both teams pointing at one another. As we'll see who it's going to be against. As from my look, it looked like it may have been the Hawks. As Assumption came to the line and tried to get the Hawks to jump themselves. It'll be against the Hawks. It will be. It'll be a legal procedure against West Delaware. And it'll be 4th down and 6 now for the Hawks, as now they will send the punt team out. As I think the Hawks were setting up to try to draw Assumption offside. But the Assumption gets the Hawks a legal procedure. As Goebel's punt is away, it's an end-over-end kick. It bounces at the 36. It'll be picked up by Jace Levi. As he's got some room, he tries to cut back, and he runs into the Hawks at about the 36-yard line, and that's where Assumption will start. 1st and 10 at the West Delaware 36-yard line with 3:30 left to go, and a tie ball game, 14-14. As on that stop for the Hawks was Bryce Tucker. It'll be 1st and 10, Assumption at the West Delaware 36-yard line. What a ball game here, as we mentioned, to start week 1 of district play. As Jace Levi comes set. Shotgun formation. Sends the man in motion. This is Clemmy. The give is to Wohlers. He fumbles, and he picks it right back up, and he's going to be dropped at the 35-yard line. So he gains a yard after the fumble. As coming up and making the stop for the Hawks was Hunter Zeezer. And it's going to be a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9.
You get excited when you see that ball hit the ground. You're like, jump on it. As Wohlers, did a great job of staying with that ball as he just
had a hard time gathering that handoff, that exchange between him and Jace Levi. The 2nd down and 9 for the Knights. 2 backs in the backfield next to Levi. They give to Wohlers. He goes left side on the sweep, and penalty marker down. He's about 2 yards short of the first down, but again, a penalty marker on the field. And no conversation here as our referee will come give us, it'll be holding against the Knights. So that's what the Hawks needed, a kind of back assumption up a little bit. It'll be a holding penalty against them, their 9th offensive penalty of this ball game. I have assumption for 12 total penalties in this game.
Feels like they've had 12 in the second half.
And the Hawks for 10. So a lot of penalties in this ball game here tonight. Those are unofficial numbers, of course. As 2nd down and 18 here for the Knights. Levi comes set. They send Wohlers in motion. They fake to him. Levi will pass. He's looking downfield, looking for a man. And there's a penalty. There's 2 penalty markers down as the catch was made out there by number 15, Nick Gotilla. But again, there's a penalty marker, either holding or blocking the back, I believe, coming against Davenport Assumption.
I thought the receiver pushed off.
Well, I thought that too, but they threw the penalty over on this direction. And I think they're going to get a holding, because I saw that too. Gotilla kind of pushed the defender when he went for that one. It'll be personal foul, chop block against the Knights. And another penalty against them. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. And that'll back them up all the way to their own 41-yard line. They need to get to the West Delaware 26 for the first down. I'd like to see scoreboard operator Dave Smith add that one up here. Excuse me, it's Dan Hogan adding that one up. 2nd and 32. Great job by Dan Hogan that time. 2nd and 32. Hawks come set. And there's a penalty. I believe Chase Levi.
Yeah, he was
the quarterback
before the ball was even snapped.
The quarterback moved back before the snap. That'll make it 2nd and 37 here for the Knights. Legal procedure as this Hawk crowd getting rowdy here. With 2.5 minutes remaining and a tie ball game, 14-14. Assumption facing 2nd and 37 from their own 36.
That's a mouthful there.
As the defense for the Hawks comes set, Assumption to the line. Shotgun formation, empty backfield for Assumption. Levi looks to pass. He rolls to his left. He steps up. He throws downfield looking for Wohlers. He overshoots him. Gavin Soppy on the coverage for the Hawks. And it's incomplete, and it's 3rd and 37, excuse me.
Good pursuit there by that Hawk defensive line, forcing Levi to throw it kind of off balance a little bit and not have quite the accuracy that he would want to. So 3rd and 37, 2:03 to go, tie ball game here. This is what it's about right here, Jamie.
As the Knights will come set. Single back, shotgun formation. Levi comes set. He's going to pass. He throws a screen pass. This is Wohlers at his own 39. There's a penalty marker down and run out of bounds by Grant Morris. And I believe the penalty is going to be against Logan Clemmie.
Yeah.
As Mitchell Mangold, I think, was being held. I think the Hawks will probably decline this penalty. I would think, unless they're going to go for the field position.
I was going to say you might accept for field position. I think
it's going to be block in the back against the Knights. The Hawks will decline it. They want the ball. Under 2 minutes left to go in this ball game. But like you mentioned, Aaron, we've seen a good leg out of their punter, Adam Sigworth, here tonight. So as Logan Wynn and Drew Wibena will move back to receive this punt. Ball at the 45-yard line. As Sigworth set to punt. The snap is away. The Hawks are coming for it. Sigworth's punt is away. It's going to be fair caught. Ball's on the ground, I think. Wilbena got back on it. There's a pile. Yep. He did right at the 20-yard line. He called for the fair catch. He muffed the punt, but he was able to fall back on it. The Hawks will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Tie ball game here, week number 1 of district play. 14-14, a minute 49 left to play in this ball game. An exciting ball game it has been. It looked a little gloomy in that first half as the Hawks were down 14-7 at halftime. They battled back and tied it. The defense has played outstanding, and they have a chance here with a minute 49 left to go. They hand off up the middle. This is Curley, and he trips down at the 20-yard line. I believe he caught one of the legs of one of his offensive linemen. They're going to give him a yard on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. 2nd and 9 for the Hawks. 2 receivers split out each way. Casey comes set. He's going to pass on 2nd and 9. He throws. He's got his man. It's Tyler Kelly at the 30-yard line. It'll be close to a first down. We'll see where they spot him. They're going to give him the first down. It looked like the spot might have been a little short, but it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks with a minute 21 left to go. Ball at their own 30-yard line. In a tie ball game, 14-14. Let's see if this Hawk offense has one more spark left in him. Nick Casey, pistol formation. Hands off to Curley, up the middle, and he's tripped up. Great stop that time by that defensive lineman, Donovan Juarez. Makes a great stop after a gain of 1 by Caleb Curley. It'll be 2nd down and 9 with a minute 5 left to go. Games like this never get old in high school football, that's for sure. As Casey looks to pass. Quick pass to the outside. It's Tyler Kelly again. Hauls it in at the 37-yard line. It'll be short of the first down, but he does get out of bounds to stop the clock. The Hawks with 2 timeouts remaining here. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Hawks. Third and 3, Coach Winkowicz calling in the play.
Love to see that safety creep up a little bit, and then one of the Hawk defenders get behind one.
Trips to the right. They're going to bring the blitz. They give to Curley, and he's met at the line. He gets back. Might have lost a yard. It'll be 4th down and 5. Loses 4th and 4. And Assumption wants a timeout. It'll be 4th down. 4th down and 4. As Assumption wants a timeout, we'll take one with them, and we're back after this from KMCH Sports.
Farmers Savings Bank proudly supports all area athletes and their coaching staff. For all your banking needs, visit them in Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, and Aurora, or online at farmersavingsbank.com. Member FDIC.
Viafield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Viafield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
Back into Brownfield, 14-14. Fourth quarter, 39 seconds remain. It's 4th down and 4 for the Hawks. They're going to go under center. They're going to try, I believe they're going to try to draw the offense offside, and now Coach Wink wants a timeout. And now I believe he's going to send the punt team out. As great discipline by that Assumption defense, not jumping off sides there. So with 39 seconds left, the Hawks take their second timeout of this second half. As they do that, we will take a look at the scoreboard. Good game for our area online and playback game of the week. Cascade defeats North Fayette Valley tonight 13-6. We'll head right to that game after our contest here tonight. Third quarter, Western Dubuque leads Waterloo West 16-14. Also in the third quarter, Waverly Shell Rock with a 35-6 lead over Independence. Last check in the first quarter, Waukon was leading Beckman 22-7. Union defeated Monticello tonight 42-0. It was Maquoketa Valley over Durant tonight, 28-14. East Buchanan, a great matchup over there down at Northland tonight. They defeat Northland 28-6. And of course, Lisbon with that forfeit over Starmont, and with the point differential 17-0, the score with the forfeit there. As the Hawks will come set to punt it away here as they face 4th and 4, 39 seconds left. Goebel's punt, a great punt, spiraling punt. Jace Levi's going to watch it bounce at the 20, and that's where it'll go out of bounds with 30 seconds left to go. Here in this ball game, Assumption will have 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's exactly what you needed right there, Jamie, is get something down the field away from the kick returner, and that's exactly what Goebel did. And we're half a minute away potentially from facing overtime.
When's the last time we had an overtime?
I was thinking the same thing. I don't know.
I'm not real sure. It's been a while. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure if I've had one here in my. I think this is my 11th year doing football. I'm not sure I've had an overtime game here. But Assumption will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. Again, 30 seconds left to go in a tie ball game, 14-14. Jace Levi will come set, shotgun formation. Nobody back there with him. They're going to send Wohlers in motion. They fake to him. It's going to be Levi up the middle. He's got some room up to the 31, and Coach King wants a timeout immediately with 24 seconds left. That'll be Assumption's second timeout of the second half, and it'll be 24 seconds. That was Harrison Goebel who made the stop for the Hawks that time, as Assumption wants a timeout. We'll keep it right here, as again, coming up after our game here tonight, the Okoboji Grill post-game show, as hopefully we'll get Bill Logan's final stats, and hopefully the Hawks can come up with a win here, and we can talk to head coach Doug Winkowicz and get his thoughts on this thriller that we're having here tonight in the opening week of district play. Then we'll make our Hawkeye predictions for tomorrow, as the Cy-Hawks series adds another chapter to the series tomorrow with down in Ames, Jack Trice Stadium. Again, that's a game you can hear right here on KMCH starting at 11 o'clock. Then we'll send you on your way and get you to that area online and playback game of the week with Cascade and North Fayette Valley. Again, Kevin Shookman, Dan McClain with the call of that one tonight for us. As we are out of the timeout, 24 seconds left to go. It's 14-14 between the Hawks and the Knights from Davenport Assumption. Fourth quarter, 24 seconds remaining. Jace Levi will come set. Assumption still with one timeout remaining. Levi looks to pass. He's going to roll to his right. Now he looks back to his left. He throws it downfield. He's got a man out there. It's going to be incomplete. And now they're going to throw a penalty marker, as that was Grant Morris on the coverage, and they're going to say that there was some contact out there. I thought it looked like they just got tangled up with each other, but looks like they're going to call Morris on the penalty. So I believe it'll be pass interference against the Hawks. There are 18 seconds left to go in this game. And that'll be a first down for the Knights. Ball at the Assumption 46-yard line. As the Hawk players trying to get their crowd into this game, as late stages of this ball game here, tied up 14-14. 18 seconds remain. It's 1st and 10 Assumption from their own 46. Levi comes set. They fake to Wohlers. He looks to pass. Looking downfield. Now he steps up. Nobody there. And it's going to be intercepted by Cameron Cook. He's down the sideline. And he's going to be run out of bounds with 6 seconds remaining. 5 seconds, excuse me. It's Cameron Cook with the interception. And the Hawks will take over 1st and 10 Ball at the Assumption 37-yard line, 36-yard line, excuse me. What an opportunity the Hawks have here. The interception by Cabron Cook, and the Hawks have one play left to get it 36 yards with 5 seconds remaining in this ball game. Wow.
What do you got Cabron Cook, you got your tallest receiver on the far right.
14-14, Nick Casey back to pass. He's going to heave it up. He's going to heave it up for one big play. He throws it into the end zone, and back of the end zone overshoots everybody. He threw it out of the back of the end zone. What a throw, but he was looking for Tyler Kelly in the end zone. And with that, we go to overtime. 14-14. We will take a break, let the players relax. We'll catch our breath and get you right back here in just a minute. We're back after this from KMCH Sports.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
Your family. It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Along with in-studio producer Ashley Bramey, Jamie Vaskey, Aaron Pleen, Bill Logan back with you here as we head to overtime. And how overtime works in high school football, they will do one more coin toss. And whoever wins the toss will decide if they want to play offense or defense first. The other will decide which end of the field they want to play at. And they go from the 10-yard line. You get it 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. I guess it'd be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Check that. As it'll be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. And you've got no time. There will be no time on the clock as you score, and whoever scores the most points after that, both teams get their chance. Both teams get a chance at it from 1st and 10 from the 1st and goal from the 10. And we'll see how it ends up. But we're 14-14 as the captains head out once again. The captains for the Hawks, Nick Casey, Tyler Kelly, Harrison Goebel, and Isaiah Hines, the 4 captains that will head out for the Hawks here. As what a ball game this has been. And a great way to start district play, Aaron.
Boy, if this is game 1 of district play, this will be quite the fall for you and I and Bill, buddy.
I tell you what, it took us 10 years of broadcasting together, I think, to get our first overtime game, but what a game it has been as the Knights and the Hawks have played 48 minutes of football, and they're right back to where they started, all tied up, 14-14, as we'll get the coin toss out there. You know, we've got a sideline guy. You'd think he'd be like Robbie Brooks and get right there in on the coin toss. But we wouldn't be able to get that lucky because it would take him a couple days to get out to midfield. I'm just kidding, Bill. Having a little fun on a Friday night, I tell you what, it's been a great game. Bill, we'll talk to you for just a second as they're still doing the coin toss. I tell you what a second half this has been for the Hawks. 14 unanswered points in this second half, and you can feel that momentum shifting.
Well, and that's both teams just played their hearts out, and as good as this game was, it's too bad that somebody's going to go away losing a very, very heartbreak. It's just my only fear of this whole thing, and we're going into overtime and close plays and whatnot, that a yellow flag doesn't maybe possibly decide this thing here yet, because there's been plenty of that out there tonight.
Absolutely. Well, I believe the Hawks will. There it is. The Hawks. Assumption won the coin toss, and they will play defense first. And the Hawks chose to go to the north end, right down there by that West Delaware student section. And that is where we will start. So the Hawks will go on offense first. The Hawks will go on offense first. First and goal from the 10-yard line. And then after the Hawks result, whether it be a touchdown, field goal, or no points at all, it'll be Assumption's turn to go first and goal from the 10-yard line. First inning, too, right?
Yep.
The Cubs losers tonight, 2-0. A 2-run homer in the first inning held up the entire ball game as the team's back on the field. Again, no time on the clock, just the play clock will run here.
Brewers fans and Cardinals fans are rejoicing right now.
Well, let's hope we can forget about all of that and we can get Hawk fans rejoicing here in just a minute, as it'll be first and goal from the 10-yard line for the Hawks, as it looks like Curley will be the back. We'll see if the Hawks come out of the I or they're going to go the pistol here, because I don't see Jordan Brees out on the field, so it looks like the Hawks are going to come set in a pistol formation. Caleb Curley, the deep back for the Hawks. They're going to give to him on first and goal. He cuts back at the 5-yard line. He's down inside the 5. A great run by Caleb Curley. Great second effort before Brandon Schlichting brought him down, but it'll be second and goal from inside the 5-yard line. I believe it's either the 3 or the 4-yard line. We'll give it the 4. Second and goal from the 4 for West Delaware. Casey gives to Curley again. He cuts back, and he's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, West Delaware. Caleb Curley from 4 yards out, and the Hawks take a 20-14 lead. Now it's time for the defense to step up again.
Well, let's get the extra point here. Let's kick that through and make this thing a 7-point ball game. And then the defense has played phenomenal the second half, Jamie. I mean, just outstanding. Hopefully they can keep it up.
As Caleb Zier on for the extra point. The snap is down. The kick is up. It is good. Hawks lead 21-14. We will take a short break and come back for Davenport Assumption's turn at it. Right after this, you're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports.
Head to Fireside Pub and Steakhouse before or after the game or anytime, featuring steaks, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, and even fresh-made pizza. They say it's the best around. Visit them on the web at firesidemanchester.com for a full menu and special offers.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team. The Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Back into Brown Field. Hawks lead 21-14. Jace Levi, he's going to roll to his right. He looks to pass. Now he's under pressure, and he's going to get rid of it. Almost intercepted, but out of bounds as Levi tried running with it. I see a penalty marker down.
And it was late. I mean, that was a late flag.
Penalty marker down as we get the call from our official.
Might be lineman downfield.
Yeah, as the Hawks are excited. An eligible receiver downfield. Ineligible man downfield, and it'll be a penalty against Davenport Assumption, so that'll back them up to the 15. That's a 5-yard penalty. And it'll be first and goal from the 15-yard line for the Knights. As Jace Levi, again, they're not used to passing here, so this is a good situation. The Hawks are going to decline that penalty. Okay, the Hawks decline the penalty.
I was going to say, I was kind of surprised they accepted it, but
second and 10 for Assumption. Here we go. The Knights come set. Second down and goal from the 10. Roller's the deep back, shotgun formation. They fake to him. Levi rolls to his right. He's looking to pass. He throws into the end zone, almost intercepted, as the Hawks had a good jump on that one, and it was Mitchell Mangold who had a good read on that one and breaks that pass up. Breaks that one up. and it'll be 3rd down and goal for the Knights from the 10-yard line. 21-14, Hawks lead. We're in overtime. Here we go, 3rd and goal. 48 minutes have come to overtime, and the Hawks have Assumption 3rd and goal. Levi looks to pass. He throws to his left. He's got incomplete. In and out of the hands. It was Ray Thrapp, the intended receiver, and he misses it. Incomplete, in and out of his hands, and it's 4th and goal, Assumption, from the West Delaware 10-yard line. And Assumption wants a timeout. We will take one with them, and we will come right back. 21-14, Hawks lead. We're in overtime, and we're back after this from KMCH Sports.
Stop by Dyersville Comics and Games, your local comic book and gaming store today. Gaming events go on daily, and there is a great selection of comics and games to choose from. It's definitely worth a stop. Dyersville Comic and Games, located on 2nd Avenue Southeast in Dyersville. Best of luck to all area athletes and coaches on a successful season.
Hi, this is Chris Henry, Service Manager at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader. Our goal is to make your car buying experience the best possible, and our factory-certified technicians are dedicated to you and your vehicles. Stop in and see us at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader, or visit us online at FullerBrowns.com. Your hometown dealer, wherever your hometown may be. Best of luck to all area athletes and coaches.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Back into Brown Field, and the Hawks are going to win this game. An incomplete pass. Jace Levi looking for Ryan Rollers, and it's incomplete. The Hawks break it up, and they're going to win it here in overtime. 21-14, an incomplete pass as Jace Levi rolled to his left. He went to pass, and it's incomplete. And the Hawks hold on and win. They battle back 14 unanswered points as they trailed by 7 at halftime, and they come back and win it in overtime. Aaron, what a ball game!
What a ball game, Jamie. And that Hawk defense, just played fantastic. They gave up the 2 touchdowns. We're kind of on their heels a little bit, but man, did they step up in the second half. And I'm so happy for this West Delaware Hawk football team coming in. Davenport Assumption was kind of the favorite, I guess, a little bit to win the district, but this Hawk football team now sets themselves up really, really nice, and couldn't be happier for the football team, for this entire coaching staff, and boy, look at the excitement down on the field. We will take a break, and we will come back for the Okoboji Grill postgame show as it comes your way next, right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and Nubiana. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
They finished with the second half all night.
Back into Brownfield as we start the Okoboji Grill post-game show here as we welcome you back, brought to you by Okoboji Grill and Independence. If you're looking for great food and a unique atmosphere, then make Okoboji Grill your next lunch or dinner destination, or enjoy 2-for-1 happy hour every Monday through Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. That's Okoboji Grill, 1749 Golf Course Boulevard in Independence. Okoboji Grill, where good friends meet. As joining us is the head hawk of the West Delaware football team, Coach Winkowicz. Coach, I've been at this 11 years. I've never had an overtime game, but what an exciting game it was. A great second half by your group.
I tell you what, I'm so proud of these guys. I told them before the game, I said, it's going to be a fight. You know, you just got to go till the end. You got to keep believing in each other. And I'm just so proud of our second half. You know, we just shot ourselves in the foot so much there in the first half, and we overcame it. So really happy for these guys.
I tell you what, Wink, at halftime, things were a little gloom around here, but I tell you what, the atmosphere here tonight was very electric.
Yeah, I tell you, there's times I couldn't even hear or get the formation in because the kids are doing such a great job behind me. So what a tremendous following. This fan sport's been unbelievable. I'm just so excited for these guys. You know, it's easy to, in those situations, just kind of, give in a little bit, and they just kept fighting.
Well, you saw probably one of the best quarterback-running back combos you're going to see this year, and, those guys did a great job in the second half, or in the first half, but that defense really held those two in check in the second half.
I tell you what, that's a really good football team right there, and, I thought defensively it just took us a little bit to kind of get them figured out. I was so proud of our kids on the offensive side. We got that nice push up front. Curly and Brees ran so hard tonight, and I tell you what, it was just a great feeling to see those kids come back and do the things that we worked on all week and talked about. You know, we got to get better. We got to fight to the end. You got to give it every single play, and really happy to see that happen.
Wink, congrats on the win, buddy. We'll see you next week at Center Point.
Thanks, guys.
West Delaware head football coach Doug Winkowicz here in the Okoboji Grill post-game show. And Aaron, what an exciting night of football. First off, I want to apologize to the listeners. That was my fault. We didn't get that last play on in time. We caught the very end of it. That is on me. I apologize, but I tell you what, the excitement here tonight was unbelievable.
Jamie, that defense, I mean, again, you and I talked, it's like you felt the game just felt kind of sideways. There wasn't a flow to it with the penalties and stuff, but the focus of the Hawks football team, the focus of that defense, the ability of the offense to make plays when they needed to. Hey, the object of the game is to score one more point than your opponent, and the Hawks did it tonight. It took them overtime, but it was one of the best games I think we've seen on Brownfield in our time, and hopefully this is a springboard into what we're going to see in the future here with this West Delaware Hawk football team.
Well, Bill, I tell you what, that's some great momentum heading into week 2 of the district play. As what an effort by the Hawks here tonight. You and I talked right before half. You know, they're going to have to do some work in the locker room, get the kids ready for the second half. All facets of the game, offense, defense, special teams, you name it, the Hawks just played lights out in that second half.
They did. They did exactly what one just said. They did what they were coached all week to do in that second half. Oh, man, what an adjustment. You know, I tell you guys all the time, I go into halftime and listen to those guys, and it's just amazing what they talk about and what they do and what these kids come out and do in the second half. And, the first half was almost a little reminiscent of last week's second half. The Hawks weren't tackling crisp. They just didn't look sharp. And they talked about, hey, we got to punch him in the mouth. They kept talking all night. It was like a boxing match. It was like Mayweather and Pacquiao or somebody down here. They kept talking about punching him in the mouth. And, boy, that second half, they really, really came out and played some really good, tough defense when they needed to. The one drive, they had the ball down there on the Hawk with 30-yard line and ended up clear back at their own 30. And we were kidding down here. The best offense at that time was the Hawks defense there. So, they just stepped up and they made the plays when they needed to. Wow, what an exciting game.
I tell you what, Bill, you and I have been doing this together for 11 years, and I tell you what, that was one of the most exciting football games we have seen. I mean, Webster City in, I think, 2011, that was a pretty exciting game as well. But this one here, the atmosphere of Brownfield, the fans that you can hear just right underneath of us, right above you most of the game. I'm sure you had a hard time hearing as well, but what an electric atmosphere here for week number 3 of the high school football season.
Well, it was, and it would have been easy for these guys. They're down 14-0. We're halfway through the second quarter, and they were kind of dominating us, and thank goodness the Hawks scored before half, only went down 7, but Hawks didn't give up anything after that. After that quarter touchdown second quarter, they shut them out. So they made the plays when they needed to. I'm just glad their offensive coordinator called 4 passes because I can't believe that they did that. But thank you for doing that. They were running the ball so well against us. And we were sitting down on that penalty. Do you take the penalty and go 1st and 15, or you decline and go 2nd and 10? We're talking about, well, it's 6 of one, half dozen other. Well, it's good. It worked out the perfect way. They just kept passing, and, man, what a great job by the defenders in that overtime.
And that's a team you don't really want to give extra plays to, so a great decision for the Hawk coaching staff there. Some final stats for tonight, Bill.
Oh, the Hawks, 38 rushes for 175 yards. Curley with 117 yards, tough yards tonight that he pounded out. 8 out of 18 passing with 2 interceptions, 97 yards, so 272 yards. There's a lot of times Hawks have that by halftime, so that's quite a tribute to what Davenport did here defensively tonight. For Assumption, they carried the ball 50 times for 208 yards, 12 out of 27 passing, and 2 interceptions for 161. So they beat the Hawks almost by 100 yards offensively tonight, but you would expect that with that time of possession difference because they had the ball for 77 plays. Hawks had it for 56. So just, maybe the right team, didn't win it stat-wise tonight, but on the scoreboard, that don't make any difference. So, what a great victory here tonight, and there's going to be a lot of Hawk fans talking about this one for a long time.
You probably won't get them out of the parking lot, especially that student section, anytime soon. And I tell you what, that's a great atmosphere to be a part of. Those kids are excited, and it's fun to see down here, that's for sure.
Well, it was loud. You talked about it. The crowd here, there's a few of them left at halftime, but boy, when the ones that stuck around and saw a heck of a game, and as the game kept going on, it just seemed like they kept getting louder and louder. And then it was good that we got to go to that north end down there where we had a lot of fans down there. So, I don't know, that moon's almost a full moon. The stars are kind of out here tonight. Everything just kind of aligned up here tonight.
I don't know what stars he's talking about.
Come here.
You're going to be seeing stars here pretty soon.
Yeah, I might be.
All right, we got to make our predictions for tomorrow's game as the Iowa Hawkeyes take on the Iowa State Cyclones, Jack Trice Stadium in Ames, and should be a good one. The Cyclones played a really good game against UNI, a couple pick sixes, but other than that, they got a couple pick sixes for touchdowns, played a really good game, and the Hawkeyes, of course, 24-3 winners over Wyoming last week. But a much different game probably tomorrow as Swish's pick is in. I won last week as I had the lowest score at 41. Of course, the total was 27. So we'll get Swish's in there just because he always has to go first. He went 26-12 Hawkeyes. That's a total of 38. I'm going to go under that by quite a ways, or 8 points. I'm going to go 20-10 Hawkeyes. I just think that defense, is the way they played last week against a pretty good quarterback. Granted, I know he didn't have a lot to play with on that team, but I tell you what, I like that defense. Again, the Hawkeye offense, like you said, it's pretty vanilla right now. So I'm going to go 20-10 Hawkeyes, a total of 30. As Bill has to go next because he was better than Aaron last week.
I was better. I don't think so.
You're closer.
So Swish had 38 and you had 30.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, that's a good spread right there.
Yeah, go in between it. See how you do.
No, I don't like going in between there. I'm going to have to go higher. I don't think it'll stay under 30.
Ooh.
Let's see. I got to get to 39. I'll box Swish in good. 23-17 Hawks.
23-17 Hawks. So that is.
There you go, Aaron.
23-17 is a total of 40. So Bill has 40. Swish has 38. Aaron?
You guys are way above the line. I think the line's like 2.5 or something like that. I'm not feeling confident. Big shot.
Hey, you know what,
I'm
Bill?
not feeling
I've never heard that before.
hey, Bill, I want to hear you. I want to try to repeat what Aaron said to me last week at Mount Vernon. It was, my motto this year is just go for it. I believe the Hawks are going to win. I'm going to be confident in the Hawks this year.
I think I heard that how many times.
And you know what? He also said it might only last a week, too.
I think this offense will be a better offense than the Hawks will have seen all year. So I think the defense is going to have a lot of stress on it tomorrow. I'll take an upset. I need to get on the board, so I'll take an upset. I think I'll go 24-21. I implored the knowledge of my wife, who's a lot smarter than me, and she said she's feeling 24-21.
Well, that's for sure. That's for sure. Your wife's smarter than you.
Iowa State. You picked Iowa State.
I think they're gonna pull you up.
We don't really care what your school is.
We don't. All you got to do is pick Iowa State.
There you go. Exactly.
All right, Bill. Thanks for joining. That was a fun one, buddy.
Yeah,
Boy. Let's do it again next week.
Exactly.
All right, Bill Logan down on the sideline with us tonight and every night for West Delaware football is Luke Imslin. Coach Imslin up in the booth. Now, we had to get him calmed down a little bit before he got up here. Had to make the trek up the stairs, but he's here, and what a great game that was by the Hawks tonight. As we take a quick look at our area scoreboard, again, the game we're going to get you to in just a second, Cascade defeating North Fayette Valley 13-6 in our area online and playback game of the week. Western Dubuque defeats Waterloo West tonight 22-14. It was Waverly Shell Rock 49 over Independence 49-13. Walk-on in the first quarter. That was a first quarter score 22-7 over Beckman. Union defeats Monticello tonight 42-0. Anamosa falls to Williamsburg 55-7. Maquoketa Valley 14 points better than Durant. They win 28-14. It was East Buchanan over Northwind tonight 28-6. Edco defeats Postville 14-0. And of course that forfeit, so Starmont falls to Lisbon 17-0. And that is going to do it for us here tonight. We'd like to, of the Okoboji Grill postgame show brought to you by Okoboji Grill in Independence. If you're looking for great food and a unique atmosphere, then make Okoboji Grill your next lunch or dinner destination, or enjoy 2-for-1 happy hour every Monday through Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. That's Okoboji Grill, 1749 Golf Course Boulevard in Independence. Okoboji Grill, where good friends meet. That's going to do it for us here tonight. I want to thank the sponsors of high school football, West Delaware football on KMCH. Without them, this broadcast would not be possible, so we encourage you to please shop locally. I want to thank Ashley Bramey for hanging with us tonight in that overtime thriller. Thanks for running the board for us this evening, and most of all, thank you, the listeners. For my partners, Aaron Pleen and Bill Logan, this is Jamie Vaskey saying good night from Brownfield in Manchester, Iowa. Once again, the final, the West Delaware Hawks defeat Davenport Assumption in overtime, 21-14. You've been listening to West Delaware football on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH. Stay tuned for this week's area online and playback game of the week as Cascade travels to West Union to take on North Fayette Valley. And with a call of that game, along with Dan McLean, here's Kevin Shookman. Have a good night, everybody.
Hey, good night.